Lesnar and beat Reigns, and they're going to have winner takes all.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, welcome to a supersized Sunday Night Live on Wrestling Insiders. Usually it's just a couple of us, but I mean, I almost feel like I'm like Dr. Phil and I have like a family I'm trying to dissect back and forth, but what a bizarre, unique family we are. To my left, the one, the only, the debonair. He has a lady friend in the room. I certainly don't want to talk about these soap opera women we've learned about online. I don't know if you're familiar with this, Moniz, but did you know that there's stories online about back in the 70s that Johnny had relations with Linda Dano of Another World? Really? And Elizabeth Hubbard of As the World Turns. Oh, no, it's not. Shoot.
Shit, I had one with Meg. I had one with Meg Ryan.
Well, no, it's
I didn't tell nobody about it.
Yeah, well, it used to be.
She was
Well,
what, As the World Turns.
Instead of Jeannie Francis could have
I'm
wound
gonna
up with
show you
him
that
too. I don't know.
No,
Linda Dano and
I'm
John
actually
Cena
showing you,
Sr.
'cause
were a
I
hot
can't
thing back in
Wow.
72.
Here we go.
Then to my right, the one, the only, the future WWE Hall of Famer, the wrestling legend himself,
Oh, yeah.
the man doing the cyber signing tonight, the one, the only, one of our headline attractions on April the 16th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, a man that said he wants to huss with Piggott, the Berzerker John Norton.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
You were such a liar.
Would you do to her bed what you did to Ric Flair's bed and take a shit?
Well, as long as it came out looking like Jed Clampetts oil.
I think that's well deserved, John.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
mean,
different story
except
for a different
that was black, and the only way you can get black poop like that is drink Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, you prepared yourself for this foul.
Right?
All right.
Okay, enough of that.
And
Now,
also-
you guys are grown.
And also with us, we have two Johns, right?
We're not at Make-A-Wish.
The one and only
Okay.
Charlie
We're good.
Wilson,
We're good.
the
We're good.
JR of MWF with CW, and to his right, the man that welcomes Scott Hall back to WCW. It's Slamboree 98, the one, the only, the voice behind the magic beginning on April 16th, Phil DeCesare, a man whose historical knowledge reminds me of that of the Jackal. We got lots of cups of coffee out. We got lots of cell phones out. We got lots of 8x10s. We got lots of Fabo Pop. Things are popping,
Hot
John.
sauce?
Oh, I didn't know the hot sauce was available.
We can do the hot sauce. You got to be sure now that my friend, John Norton, I understand you can't take bottles on the plane, but I know we can sneak him some hot sauce.
Do you have a
I
bottle?
love that.
You give him what's on the table, and I'll replace everything you give him.
Where is he
Wow,
going to
thank
eat it?
you,
How
Mr.
is he going to eat it between now
I'll
and the time
find
he
a
leaves?
place. That kitchen of the hotel will be still, the woks are only so strong.
All right, we'll see. We'll
Get in
see.
them kitchens, but I would love it. Thank you, Mr.
All right,
No, it's an
wrestling
honor,
fans,
thank you.
Unfortunately, Quincy is missing in action. I don't know if he's drinking milk or whatever it is he may be doing. But Johnny, one of the big questions is, what should we do with the toy drive? Because the winner did not come forward. Do we draw yet another one live tonight?
That's a good question.
Wow, that's intriguing because after you told me that you had already had a third winner, you convinced me to throw my ticket away. So you screwed me.
What is this, Montreal?
Well, you do look, you don't look like, forget it. You don't look like, not Bret Hart, and certainly not Vince McMahon.
Do you think
So,
we should draw her again?
you know what I say
We
we
have
do?
fans that
Here's what I
ask.
say we do.
What do we should we do?
How many prizes were in that giveaway?
50?
Okay, so let's do this. Let's divide it by 3. Divide it by 3. Put it in 3 separate bundles. 3 separate bundles. And at the April 16th show, we'll sell chances for that, drawing the winning ticket at the April 16th show. So 3 lucky fans will walk away with a third, and a third of all that stuff you have there.
No, because I feel like the people that took part in the Christmas toy drive would be screwed.
Well, you know what? Here's the deal. What we'll do to make it so they'll be part of what's happening, we'll throw all those tickets.
No, we're going to have our own raffle at the Back to the 80s show.
But listen,
What?
why don't we just, those are going to sit there forever. Because if we've drawn this thing, what, 3 times already?
Yes.
How many punches to the head do you need?
I have
Yeah,
no
would
idea.
you listen?
What do you think, John? Should we draw another winner or
well,
what?
I say do what Mr. Cena said.
All right, well.
Try to listen for once in your life.
Thank you, Mr.
My
Lord. Thank you.
God.
Oh, look at this. HTF, how the F do you do 50 divided by 3? See, Chris Steves, he says,
Somebody's
I know
going to
that,
be
but-
short
fair
one.
to me.
But you know what we'll do because you sent that in.
16 each.
That 16 and 16 is 32, and 16 is what?
48.
48. We'll add 2 more prizes to the pack, and it comes out even, right?
But Chris,
Yeah.
3 or whatever we need to do to make it even.
but I know Chris paid to enter the raffle, and he says that doesn't seem fair to me.
Well, here's the deal. I'll tell you
Tell him,
what.
tell him, Chris.
Your ticket, Chris, is going in to the one bucket. Everybody gets a shot. Everybody gets a shot. Everybody.
There you
So if you don't like that, why don't you just pop your little message here for me and tell Father Marotti your confession, and I'll tell you what we'll do. If you feel we ought to draw that tonight, I'll tell you what. If Chris wants it drawn one more time, John Nord, Berzerker will draw the ticket for the one and last time. If nobody comes forward, it's an exercise in futility. It really is.
That's
because
right.
I'll tell you
It's
what.
driving me insane.
Well, I'll tell you what, and this is just my feeling. My feeling is this. Everybody that was involved in that drawing, you've done it 3 times, this will be the 4th,
Yeah.
have probably thrown their friggin' tickets away. So you're
You know
drawing,
what? That's actually a good point.
that's
so you're drawing numbers against the air. Why not make it a useful situation? And those people that were part of the drawing, if they can supply us with their names and addresses online, will receive 1 free ticket into the bucket.
Well, I don't want to feel like we're screwing the fans that took part in the Christmas Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive exclusively.
Well, here's your only other alternative, Dan. The only other
Go door to
alternative.
door?
Well, no. Here's the only other alternative you have, and I think my point's well taken.
Yeah.
That if you told me I threw my ticket away, you said it's over. We've got a 3rd winner. I'm sure everybody else that had a ticket has canned it. So if you don't want to do the division by 3 and give
Oh,
everybody,
wait, he said, draw it, baby. I got over 60 tickets in that bad.
then let's draw it.
We're
We're going to draw it.
when
for you,
Charlie
Chris.
comes back, we're going to draw it, baby.
Really?
John Nord will draw the ticket.
John
Oh,
C.
really?
Riley.
Oh,
Those
wow.
Can you do
fingers
us a
warmed
favor? Can you start the Royal Rumble 1992 here on the screen? For all you folks that are going to join us on Royal Rumble, the link is in the description box below and on the top of the Premier Chat. We have John Nord autograph photos. Look at these beautiful bad boys. I'm going to put the link up in a minute. You have this one with him and Mr. Fuji. You have this classic one with him as Nord the Barbarian. And then you have this beautiful Charlie Wilson. Can you do us a favor and bring us the Toy Drive
The
Halliburton?
Yep.
The mini Halliburton.
Thank you for scooting.
Ooh.
We have this exclusive Berzerker 8x10 photo. And if you like the 8x10 photo, we only have about 10 of these. The Berzerker 11x14-inch poster. So what we're going to do for Royal Rumble 1992, you head on over on WWE Network. They call it Season 5. We're going to go 3, 2, 1, click. We're going to hit click and we're going to watch it. So let's do it together, folks. 3, 2, 1, click. John C. Manicus Riley does it again. As a coked up Vince McMahon does the intro. I used to love these.
There he is.
Look at all these guys we're going to be seeing on Saturday night, April the
There he is.
Repo
13th.
Man, Sergeant Spot.
Woo! There's the man. Oh, Hercules
We got
Hernandez.
Herc.
Oh,
Herc was in there. Damn.
Steve Kerr.
Skinner.
Stevie boy.
This must be bringing back some memories for you, John. You lived it.
Yep.
The Knickerbocker Arena in Albany, New York.
Yep.
Another friend of the show, the Waller. Tito.
Hey.
Tito Santana. There's a great guy right there.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
love to
good.
have Sid.
Another guy, Nikolai Volkov.
Well, we won't be having Kerry Von Erich.
No, I don't think so.
Or Nikolai.
Or Nikolai.
No, look at all of our friends.
Gone.
Annie's friend.
Jeez.
We were talking about if Annie would wear the Berzerker's Viking helmet.
Yeah. What a wonderful
John,
show.
you like this stuff when he starts picking
That,
people?
I don't say. I've been talking all day. I'm kind of, I'm letting him get some of the
You know
action
what I don't
here.
notice? You don't have any water in front of you, no soda to drink.
He's had coffees.
Well, he might be thirsty.
Do you want a
I
Sprite,
might
John?
just take a swig of hot sauce.
Do you want a Sprite, an iced tea? A coffee?
Well, I'd probably give me a water. I don't know.
I'm gonna go grab you a water.
Would
Thank you.
Phil?
Thanks, since you're at the end, Phil.
Yeah, thank you,
Young
Phil.
man.
Oh, wait a minute. John C. Manicus Riley has just run out of the room.
I heard him say it.
There's
Phil.
Bobby the Brain Heenan.
What a great duo
What a-
these
the
guys.
best as far as I'm
Absolutely. Thanks,
Thank
John,
you, John
C.
C. I'll catch you.
That magic
You're
voice
talking
of
about
Gorilla.
Bobby going way back when he was
All right.
14 years old. He was in the
Chris,
wrestling
whoops.
ring.
Yeah.
Chris,
You know?
so you can see what we got, baby.
Ah.
I don't want them to fall out, but we got the raffle tickets. John, after you have a slurp, we're gonna make it as
Draw.
whoops.
Okay.
We're gonna mess it up as much as
How many am I supposed to draw?
Johnny was
One?
getting messy with Linda Dano back in '72.
Wow.
Down at Studio, what was that?
When
Studio
did this get
54, the nightclub?
X-rated?
All right, John, we need you to draw one, baby.
One. All right.
And
Nobody.
Chris, if you don't have this number, remember, this is over.
Yeah.
We've been drawing these since Christmas
Yeah,
time.
it's like, you know,
All right. The winning number this time, I'm going to type it in the box.
Here we go.
6, 9, 4, 5, 4, 6, 4. Chris, could this be you, baby? Rick Howard even went to Shaw's today in honor of Quincy. Well, look who we're going to have in the opening tag team matchup. The Orient Express.
Tanaka.
Paul Diamond. I don't know if this was before or after his incidents with Tatanka's wife.
Don't want to know it.
Oh, you weren't around for that one?
That? No, I said I don't want to really know about it. Well, I assume it was bad. We got Owen, huh?
Owen Hart, the new foundation. Jim Neidhart, a man that another
They went
Hall
to
of Fame
the
that stole
checkerboard
from us.
racing flags.
Don't they look like that?
Yeah, they do.
But a great opening contest. Jim Neidhart, I don't know how much he had left in the gas tank at this point, but Owen was beginning to get a little bit of a push. And the Orient Express, never tag team champions, but dear Lord, what a great tag team they were.
Yeah, they were.
Whether it was the duo of Pat Tanaka and Akio Sato or this version of Kato. and Pat
Tito
Tanaka.
Sato, my God.
And look who the
heard
referee
that.
is. Freddie Spotter, a member of the Cream team.
Oh, gee.
His brother was that notoriously
Weren't they bad company
false
too?
advertising.
Were they
promoter.
bad?
I think they were.
They were bad company
Yes.
as
I
well.
work for my
Cooler
you're
gimmick
right.
of that bad.
Yeah.
The
The name of the
quote-unquote
band, the name of the song, the name of
advertised
the
on
album.
that one.
Bad
Had
company.
you?
Yeah, I forgot
He
about
had
it.
me.
They
You
were
advertised,
the
was
bad
I-
company in
And
WWF.
He had me.
AWA.
I was looking for
Yeah,
Dan.
AWA.
False advertising.
Whoa! I worked for him. I did 3 shows with
He
But
him.
they should have kept
advertised
the back-
Undertaker and brought in Brian Lee.
Yeah.
He would advertise. He'd just put Piper on the poster, and he'd bring in that kid that did the imitation of Roddy back in '94. He killed
I always
so
thought
many
Owen looked a little
buildings
bit better
in so
with
many
longer hair
cities
than he did
back
when
in
he
the
cut.
early 2000s.
Yeah,
Good
he
riddance.
did.
Yeah, I think the Newburyport
He had
Owen
that
would have
buzz
looked
cut.
Armory
great if he
was
would have
killed.
just kept
By
growing.
him?
Destroyed that.
Everywhere.
Yeah, matter of fact, that's
He
up for
wasn't that
sale.
small, was he?
The building?
Owen?
Yeah, that'd be a great
Have
venue
fun.
for
No,
I
he
would
was-
say yes.
Yeah.
All right, so who's the winner?
All right.
Do we have any claimants?
Chris, did you have that one? Did John Noyd ever meet Mel Phillips?
Of course.
Yeah, hope you kept your shoes on.
Of course.
He
Yeah.
worked with Phil. Can anyone see the chat? Everyone can see the chat, I think, Mr. Wonderful. We got autograph photos available galore for you folks. We need more lighting in the studio. What are we, dark? I think it's just because there's so many of us, they weren't prepared. Let me check the PayPal. I know we had some John Noyd pictures that were sold. John, we have, let me look at the John Noyd page. so I know what the hell I'm doing.
Stimulus checks stopped. They're not spending. What?
All right, Jeff, are you in the room, Jeff?
Everybody understands.
We want to have the Berserker sign your
paying money
photo.
like drunk
We
as
also
hell.
have, folks, John
Wow.
Cena Sr.'s Fabo Pop available. $10, shipped, and autographed.
Wow.
A deal and a Royal Rumble
can't go
92
wrong.
special.
Can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong. Maybe even Piggott wants them.
And we get some hot sauce, too.
Well, the hot sauce is available by special request.
Yep.
But again, folks, if you go to, we're going to put the link up on the page. We have 3 different John Nord Berzerker 8x10 photos, as well as the 11x14. As we have Royal
Nice.
Rumble 92 as the
Oh, that looks
background ambiance. Is that a good way to put it, Johnny?
Sure, ambiance is good.
And we have the lovely Moniz with us to add a touch of class to this.
Nice
This
job,
rubric.
Owen.
Wow.
Little
Oh.
feminine sensibility.
I won't be able to go home now.
I'm not saying we're classless, but
Oh. You smoke cigars, John?
I do,
Then-
but just the black Swisher sweets, not the big ones.
Next time I see you, my brother, Johnny Fabulous has got his own line of cigars.
Does he?
I'm going to bring you some nice
Really?
Maduros. You like Maduros?
Yes.
I'm going to bring you some.
It's been a while, but yeah, I used to sit outside in the summers, these last summers, and get in the shade and just leave me alone.
Keep the
I'm smoking
mosquitoes
my
away
cigar.
and
You
have
and
a
I'll
nice.
spark one up together.
Let's do
We'll
it.
have to
Oh,
stick
hey,
together.
well,
I will hold you to that.
We'll do it. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Mo,
All right.
remind me of that. John Nord, I'm going to give him some
Cigar,
trouble.
just cigar.
Jeffrey
Dino.
Plasky, are you in the room? We want to see how you want your Berserker autograph photo personalized, as well as, whoops, well, that's the one thing I hate about PayPal. It logs out so quick, I want to break it. What a tag team match to open up Royal Rumble 92. Johnny,
Yeah,
were you there in Albany for this big one?
No,
No. That answers that one.
no. I might have watched it on TV, though.
It's one of my favorite WWF pay-per-view events of all time.
With the boys, I'm sure.
What you want?
This pay-per-view was
Is
one of
it?
the, yeah, it was such a great event from top to bottom. And Derek, you ordered the same one, photo number 3. So Derek, Jeffrey, if you guys are in the chat, let us know how you want the Berserker
This guy was
to
Pat Tanaka?
Very good.
personalize the photo. Oh, wait a minute. Boston says Nord and Cena Sr. looking for Annie tonight.
Oh my.
Well, Johnny is taken.
What?
It says it right there.
Where?
It says Nord
He's
and Cena
incredulous.
Maybe
Sr.
he's already
looking for
found one.
Annie.
No, I don't think so. John Nord and I
No.
are way up there on the
We're
on the
way-
totem pole. We ain't going
You're
down.
very particular.
That's right.
Annie
That's
would,
right.
Annie would be willing to.
I don't think so.
Oh,
You know
I-
what? You know I have a saying: if we can't say anything good about somebody, let's not
That's
say
right.
anything.
Why
about
does
it.
that make her a bad person?
What do you mean? What did she do?
Especially in these
Well, her
years.
specialty skill.
Well,
That doesn't make her a
isn't she in the
bad
golden
human
years
being.
now?
I don't know, how old would you think, Annie?
I would think she's in her 60s.
You think
Yeah.
so?
I would get, wouldn't you,
For
John?
sure, for sure.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
I would think she's in her 60s.
She was
So,
early 60s.
yep.
Well, she said she had the tongue of an Olympian.
I don't even know how you combat that.
I do. The brain of a gnat.
We,
So, you know, I mean,
She
you
would
gotta
put
be
her-
careful here with, you know?
She would put her arms behind her back and do like push-ups to train.
he'd pay.
Okay.
Well-
Now, you know what? All I know is I think John and I both did some farming, and there's enough bullshit here to fill a whole truck. So,
And if
so
it's
Yeah.
one thing her tongue may have come across accidentally,
the only way she's doing push-ups is with that tongue. So I want to tell you something. If she's got her arms behind her back, that's one hell of a woman.
baby.
Yeah.
Well, we concluded earlier that Damien was
Well,
coming
man.
out of her.
Oh, wait a minute.
Well,
Chris, did you win?
we did conclude
It
that.
was one of Chris's tickets.
Chris, I'm going to type it in again. You tell me.
Chris won?
No, have Chris tell you.
No, he put his numbers in, but
Well,
my brain is in a different wavelength right now. That's the number, Chris. 6945464. Yes, I think he won.
He could take a picture and
Read
email
his
you.
numbers. Am I right or wrong, Johnny?
Where is it?
He's right here, the green.
If he had 60
This is his
tickets
right here?
in there,
Yes.
he probably
What?
did
No.
win.
Yeah.
Because he
that what
says,
he
Wait,
said?
no, it just moved.
I don't know.
This guy, Chris, yeah, he said I got 60 tickets in there.
Oh, yeah, then likely he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. God love him.
I'm thinking, yeah.
He almost
What
deserves
the
it.
hell is it?
Yeah.
You know?
his number
How
is
much is the
here.
ticket?
694.
I forgot. I bought some at Christmas time. I forgot. Totally forgot.
694490. No.
No. He has all of those tickets.
But this number isn't in that. Where is the ticket?
No, it says 6945443.
Yeah, that isn't there.
But he has all of the tickets all the way through
when-
6945440.
All I want to do is, all
hooks
right,
the
all I
leg.
want to do is give us
When
the
a guy
ticket number.
pins someone,
One
should he
number
always
only
hook the
I want.
leg, or should he hold
I
the,
want one
the
that's
arm
easy
down?
to give us a
Or should he
range.
do both? You know, because
So,
sometimes some
Chris-
people pin people differently.
No, well, no.
Yeah,
You know what?
that's
I have
actually a
to,
good
because they
question.
read it,
I
I
don't-
have to check the email.
Depends how
So I think,
dead
Chris,
they
you
are.
may have
It
actually
just
won.
feels
The
like they're
war may be over,
beat.
John.
Thank
You don't-
God, Chris, you saved the day.
You don't gotta worry about getting
Let's
both
check
of
the
them.
email.
Just get one of
Let's
them.
hope it's over finally, and let's move on.
I'm going to check the email as soon as this is over, where this is so hectic right now.
Okay.
Unbelievable. We may finally have a Christmas toy drive winner on February 20th.
And if not,
Really?
Ibzan, if you want, yes, we will read it if you want to send it along.
Toy drive.
I know, we did the Paul Bearer toy drive, and three winners,
what?
and no one collected the prizes.
Confusion and mishap follows you. Dan.
The story from your lips to God's ears. From your lips to God's ears. But
My
folks,
God.
again, look at these beautiful photos. How would these look in your collection on your wall, in your binders, however you store your greats? But we have this beautiful exclusive designed 8x10.
That's my favorite.
I know
I love
John
that
Cena
one.
Sr. has 2 of them.
3.
3, well, Ashland won.
Ashwin wanted one, yep.
And if
I like
if
those.
you're a big time Berzerker fan, go big time with the 11x14 poster.
That's the only way to get them.
It's
really.
beautiful.
That's the only
Is
way.
that not a nice design,
That
though,
is-
Johnny?
Who came up with that picture?
I kind of worked with someone to have the design made,
Wow,
and
that's
they did the work.
that is awesome.
That's a
The
good way to
caption
put it,
could be
Rick. It was the
feeling horny.
contest from hell.
Oh, thank you.
We have about $1,000 in prizes that we can't give away.
John, what time's your flight on Tuesday? What time do you go back to Minnesota?
Night.
Gonna go back.
10
Oh,
o'clock,
Screaming
I think.
Baboon,
Tuesday
thanks
night?
for joining
10 o'clock?
us.
Okay. How far?
All
How
right,
long's the
so
flight?
again,
2.5
if
hours?
you
3
guys
hours?
want the 8x10
Yep.
photos,
No,
I'm gonna make it easier for me.
20. 2.5.
Derek has got photo number 3.
Yeah, it's easy. Once you're in the air, it's you're on. It's done. It's everything else.
See, we're gonna do
kill
it easy,
ya.
Johnny.
Oh,
What do you?
Now, Johnny, we know you came all the way from Maine to
I
come
did.
down here
All
on
the
the
way
Fabo
from my
helicopter.
place in Maine. Yep, I took the Fabocopter.
Did you?
It was hard to land, but we did it. I couldn't wait to
was a
see.
windy night?
Couldn't wait to see John Nord and my other 2 guests down the end down there.
Thank you,
Pleasure.
brother.
It was an
Pleasure.
honor and a
The
privilege.
man you
Thank
named
you,
the
brother.
official ring announcer of Boston Wrestling.
You know what? When it comes to the best, we want the best.
Best.
So
Amen.
we've got a great ring announcer down there. Not that the last guy
I like
wasn't.
it.
We've got a real knowledgeable guy over there right beside John.
CW.
Yep. And,
CW.
you know, I was talking to John Nord earlier, and I said, John, he doesn't feel like he wants to get back in the ring. But wouldn't it be awesome?
I think he's got one
Wouldn't
more
it be
run.
awesome
He looks
to
like
see the Berserker manage a pro wrestler on the
I think
April
that would be
16th
something.
show?
I'm thinking the
I'd like
same.
to see him
What do you think down there?
I think
Imagine
fantastic.
we give Sam Zagami the big boot. Boot in the
I'd love
ass.
that. Oh,
A
yeah.
big furry boot,
Yeah,
perhaps.
managing could be kind of fun. You don't have to get up on the ring, do I?
Nope.
Stay
You
right
can
on the
manage him.
floor.
You can't wear a
right
furry
on the floor.
ensemble.
Who is he going to go opposite? Who
There you go.
is he going to be in Zagami?
We haven't announced any matches yet, Johnny. We're still
could
trying to
do
figure
that.
out the official roster for the event, but I could see John, especially with some of the big men,
Oh, yeah.
think of the size of Execution of Brian Maloney.
Oh, absolutely.
Wrecking Ball Legursky, he had to be about 6'7", 6'8", 400 pounds.
Yep,
So
yep,
we had some big boys in the uprising.
yep. I could just see it now. I think it'd be awesome. Awesome.
David Reese put you in that position, baby. He wants you
Good
to
shape.
put together the best.
Huh?
So you're still in good shape.
Yeah.
And you know, we can't forget the
Do you do anything-
contributions
do you
of
do anything
Charlie
to-
working with the legs.
To be physical
Charlie
still? Do you do anything
Godsend
active?
is
stuff?
big.
Yeah, I just.
Charlie's
I
been
do
great. Thank you,
push
Charlie.
up, sit up,
He's
squat.
not even paying attention to you.
Well, no, I'm
He
having a
is, he is.
conversation with John.
Oh, all right, well, we got a lot of conversation. We got a big group.
Oh, well, I'm having a nice
We're in a
conversation.
big
But thank you.
table at a
I heard the
restaurant.
kind words.
Andy,
Thank
if
you,
you're
Mr.
watching,
Cena.
baby, we're coming.
They're coming.
So what do you do
You're
to
going
stay
home.
active now?
Oh, yes.
What is
Push-ups,
this one
sit-ups,
used for
squats.
Peloton?
All that.
Just
She's
to keep from
doing great in that
going to
Peloton.
hell.
All I hear
Okay.
about is the
But I do a
Peloton.
lot of them.
Peloton,
Pretty
Peloton.
sweaty.
Drive
Anything
the,
hurting?
the people to
You got
set it up quicker
everything.
with
Everything hurts?
little
Two
rules
knees,
at,
lower back.
Fabovino.
Fabovino.
Well, now, how
Back.
come you didn't bring any Fabovino down?
I'll give you a
Backs.
million, John. Did I give you one of my millions?
What's that?
Here you go, John. That's
I'll
yours.
take one.
Fresh from
Thank
the
you.
press.
I will take the nice.
You can take that to Walmart and get change.
I'm gonna keep it in my wallet.
No, you don't want to fold it. Please, that's a collector. Should you sign it?
No, collect this item.
All right,
Well,
folks,
my
again.
wallet don't bend really.
Your wallet doesn't bend?
Well, like that.
There you
It's still
go.
good.
Dan, are there any updates on the missing green Fabo pop? And does that tie into Quincy's absence tonight?
Maybe Quincy was worried. Yes.
I'm
we
wondering.
still have
Oh
the
my God,
missing
that was
Charlie,
good.
what do you think about the green missing lemon
Well, I
lime?
think this Pat Tanaka and Owen Hart should have been a singles match in the pay-per-view because I think these guys had good chemistry.
Oh, wouldn't that have been great?
Oh,
A
fantastic.
singles match between the two?
Pat Tanaka, just the way
These
he moves.
two photos are sold, John.
You
We're
know,
just
I've
trying
heard
to
so
figure
much
out how
about the
they work.
lime green
So,
foul
would you
pop,
ask
and I
me,
just think it's just lost
Mr.
the sands
Cena?
of time at this point, you know?
What's that?
Did you
Fair
ask me
enough. We'll
something?
have to write it off.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought he said John.
We got Johns, we got two Johns,
Yeah.
a Phil, a CW, and the horse manure in the middle, known as Dan. Moniz almost saved
I
me
remember
from near
this.
death, John.
You know what? I think I have this on. Remember when the kids and I
VHS?
watched
You know, for
it?
someone who did a
We
lot
had
of
this
drugs,
on
Neidhart
VHS
still
tapes
seems
and
fat,
tape
huh?
them all.
Yep.
This was a
For
great
someone who did a lot of drugs,
Owen
Neidhart
and
said that.
Neidhart
Yeah,
break up.
He did.
Yeah.
A few months after this,
Yeah, it was
Vince
pretty
finally
not
had
long,
A lot
was
of
it?
beer, I think.
because Owen worked the singles
Hop
against
food.
Steve Kern at
Yeah.
WrestleMania
You get high,
2
you get
months
hungry.
later.
Could be.
So they were done at that point.
Okay. Was
We
this
gotta think-
91?
This is Royal Rumble 92.
Oh, no,
This is your first Royal Rumble.
30 years ago.
What about,
30? Yeah, that's right. It's the 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
Good
Right
Lord.
before I was born, this show happened.
Oh, you're going to make me feel old. I remember I had to rush home from my YMCA basketball game.
How'd you do?
Very good.
Good.
I was actually, believe it or not, as pathetic as my body is now, I was actually pretty good at baseball and basketball.
Oh, okay.
In bowling, you say.
And both, that's right, I was a hell
oh,
of a
no, that was
bowler.
Eric Bischoff.
Well, I didn't have a trophy.
That's
besides
right.
that.
Like-
Here's my bowling, and here's my karate,
Yep.
and, there's and it's just, I got to give him a shot because he knows.
John,
He's a Min-
he's a Minnesota guy.
The priceless
Yeah.
content.
Originally, wasn't he from
I
Pittsburgh?
can't wait to see that.
We
I don't
have
know.
an
I think originally it was
episode that I
Weasel.
think will really interest you on. The
There's
fans
talks of
wanted us to try
Weasel.
and emulate some of the topics from the
Seriously,
backside
I
of the
don't
ring.
say that
We
shit.
did-
It sounds
I
like I'm
thought
kind
maybe
of
we'd get a
negative,
couple of
but I'm
topics
just
in
being.
per show.
I don't know
We
if
did
he's
a
a, I would say this,
supersized
John.
one
He was
of the
opportunistic.
Screw job. Very
Well,
interesting.
he got the big job. It
Yeah.
fell on his lap.
Oh,
Yeah.
John,
And he made the most out of
Thank
it
you,
for
John.
himself.
He
I
sure
was
did.
gonna call him
Yeah, he
Charlie.
got me on
John,
50,000 a year.
Where the hell is it?
I do not.
how do you
hate
win
the
it
guy,
though?
but I'm just
John
saying,
Cena Sr., the
he
living
should have stuck
legend
with
in
the
Merrimack
Minnesota
Valley.
guys, and he got with Hall and
Smoking
Nash
what?
and these fucking
Well, I
guys.
think
Oh,
the
wait a
Hall and
minute.
Nash thing was.
But he's from Minnesota, Charlie.
John, we got a question from one of the fans. Our,
Yeah.
our
Tribalism
good
at
friend
its finest,
Itzon
the
wants to
Minnesota
know,
people.
did he ever get his vest and hat back from his ex-wife that she had?
Good question.
Will he be dressed up when I meet him for the first
No.
time in Philadelphia in March?
No, I didn't, but guess what I do got?
What do you
I
got?
got my fur boots.
Yeah.
For our boots.
So you
I
got-
got over 6,200
Are you
bucks.
going to wear them?
My kids wouldn't let me sell it.
Don't sell it.
No,
You don't have much left.
This is
your
going off the
collection.
beaten path. Mr. Cena, do you remember the USFL?
Tanaka was a
Yes.
small
The
fella,
New
wasn't he?
Jersey Generals, the
Yes.
Boston Breakers.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, I was on the Generals with Steve
He
Williams
looks like a girl who
and
just did
Herschel.
yoga
Anyway,
at home.
I found a T-shirt
The way she's dressed.
that I knew, or I did know
You know,
was
he
in
looks
the
like
box.
he just did yoga for like the last hour.
And
I feel like a girl who just
they
did
were
yoga
throwing
for
out
the
New
last
Jersey Generals
the way he's
T-shirts.
dressed.
It's been in there 40
Love the
years.
gas. No.
So I brought it here to show you
Where
guys.
is it?
I'm just, it's in my bag. But
Didn't
I'm,
you want
it's,
it?
I always wanted to be a pro football player
Yes.
growing up. That's all I cared about. And I got a couple years of the USFL, and so I'm proud of it because that's the best I could have did. And but that's why that T-shirt means a lot because you know that's all I ever wanted to be. And no, it wasn't the NFL, but it was the USFL.
Who cares at what stage you're at? It's like the Indies or the WWE.
That's
You're happy
right.
doing what you're doing?
Yeah.
You love what you're
Yeah.
doing? Get out there and do it.
Oh,
You
man.
don't have to get to the top.
Cena's dad should be in the WWE Hall of Fame just for being Cena's dad. Ha ha.
You
See,
notice
I'm
that?
telling
Well,
you,
I don't think, I wonder if he's heard that before.
You see the ha-ha at the end?
No, I think most people kind of assume
the
that.
fruit of his loins. Apparently, those
Ain't it
loins were
funny?
full over New York.
Wow. I must, I guess
Oh,
that's why I
great
don't throw
spot.
rocks in orphanages.
He's been getting dirtier and dirtier.
Instead of superstar
It's a
Billy
family show.
Graham,
Remember
we
the
got
song, The Dirty White Boy?
Yes.
Well, he's a dirty white boy.
Rocket
superstar
launcher.
John Cena Sr.
Is it time to leave yet?
Unbelievable. What a win for the new
I
foundation.
got 5.
Again, fans, the Fabo Pop is on sale. Johnny, tell us about the
5.
different flavors.
Don't hang the guy. 5.
5
Go
what?
ahead.
What?
See, you don't even pay attention. Go ahead.
5 what?
The
She
difference-
said 5 minutes.
That's
Oh,
Jesus, get out of yourself, will ya? Pay attention to other people.
I'm trying to pay attention to
She's
you.
a nice lady and respect her.
She's a classy lady.
You know
First
what?
class
I
lady.
say
He-
we boot you out. It's Jordan Nord, John Cena Sr.,
Yeah.
Phil and Charlie, and we take over the show. What do you say,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen?
Hijacking the show.
You want me gone? I'd love for you guys to try and organize
Oh, I
this.
can't wait to see
You
this
would.
sucker light up.
It wouldn't go nowhere.
You guys want me gone?
He's going to
I
the
can
satellite
go in the
office.
other room or chit chat with Moniz.
Golden
Oh,
Arches.
that's Lord
Yeah.
Alfred Hayes.
You know what? Funny enough,
I love Lord Al.
did
He's
you?
an Englishman.
He was a great guy.
He
Yeah,
was
he
a
was.
great guy. They all were. Well, I mean, those guys that age, like Billy Lyons. Remember
Billy
Billy
Red
Red
Lyons?
Lyons? I
Yeah.
loved him. God,
Springfield.
what a-
Yeah,
know what I
that's
thought?
when he
Plus,
beat
I got
Brett.
to watch
at
him
that
growing
show?
up.
No, but Brett had the
Springfield, I
flu.
remember the show.
Brett
That
had
was a house
Brett
show.
had the flu. Wink,
Yep.
wink, nudge, nudge.
yeah.
Just like Kerry Von Erich did years ago in a match.
But I
might have been there
hated
for that
Springfield, Missouri. It never seemed to pay nothing.
Springfield,
that's
Mass
a-
wasn't a big draw.
Oh, Springfield, Mass. Well, I thought Springfield,
Brett wrote about that
Missouri.
in his book, I
They
think.
drew
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
Boston Garden
They
very
told him
well
that
the
we're gonna
day
do
before
this, we're gonna get
the
back
Royals.
to
fighting at
Hogan
Romania.
and
Did they?
Taylor, Yeah.
And this is Brett really entering his prime,
I
I
don't
think, his
remember if
peak
you were
years.
on that one.
Brett wanted it known that he was sick for this match. That's why he
Probably
lost.
not.
Who was sick?
Folks, if you got
Brett
a question,
allegedly, he
send
wanted
along
it
the
known
super
that he
chat
had
so
not-
we can
was
keep
sick?
these-
Not
Well,
really.
yeah.
He had the
Video
flu
lights
during this
on.
match.
But it was a
I
good
think that was
caveat.
the angle.
You know.
That was, it helped the
Nope, there's
story.
Owen.
Yeah.
No, that's Hot Rod.
Is it Hot Rod? Oh, I see. I did a couple of shows with Hot Rod. He was a great guy.
He
That
was.
guy-
I would've
What a
loved
live
to have
wire,
him.
huh?
Man, what a
A live
sensitive,
wire.
great professional
He
man.
was.
Yeah.
He was.
Chris,
sen- he
I'm
was
gonna
very
check on
sensitive.
that when the show is over, but I think you are the winner if those are the numbers that were sent to you.
Jacques was in great shape,
And
too.
we'll figure out how to get the giant plethora of
They all were.
packages to you.
Man, Roddy looked
amazing.
really,
Where's Chris
really
from?
good here.
I think he's from Canada.
Oh, very
East-
nice.
Eastern Canada, if I remember.
All
correctly.
right.
Roddy looked a little gassed up here.
I would say, huh?
Just when they were trying to get them off the gas.
Well, he wasn't really around wrestling, so maybe he could have gotten by just coming in for the shot, being gassed up at that point, you know.
That's
He
right.
was full time at that point.
It was good Scottish food.
Yeah,
okay?
well, some guys they don't UA.
I don't know if that's such a thing,
They
though.
UA probably 95%.
He had to testify at that Sahorian trial that he used.
You know, you forgot how
Sean Mooney looks the,
the
same
Mountie
today, just
really,
about as he did
actually,
back
they were
then.
kind of
you know?
playing, pushing
He's
him,
persevered
man.
and aged well.
Jimmy Hart's aged
He
well.
was
Yeah,
on
he
a lot of
has.
shows.
I think Jimmy
Yeah.
Hart's like one of
He
those
went to the
wax
Dick Clark
figures,
School of
Adam
Aging, I think.
Frizzell's. He hasn't changed.
Oh, yeah.
His hair is still in the same spot it was back
It was.
in '92.
It was. It is.
I think the hat's
I've
going
seen
to eat
him about a
Jock.
month ago.
The hat's coming out. It's going to eat him.
Yeah. He's got his taser right there.
He's ready.
That was a good gimmick. I like the Mountie gimmick. It's-
Always
Yeah,
gets his
yeah.
man.
Jeffrey and Derek, if you guys are in the room, let us know how you want the Berzerker to personalize your 8x10 photo. We got him right here, baby.
We got Hot Rod, huh?
Looks
That's the
great,
hot
especially
rod
with the
going to the
hair and
Intercontinental
the tan.
Championship.
Looks good.
There we go.
Oh, Big, you like how the things are set up here with the chairs in the front, huh? All right,
Road
good.
Warriors with a guy on the street.
One for me.
Probably in Chicago.
No, they said he liked the chairs in front
One
of the
for
table.
me. Because if it wasn't for me, you and Mr. Nord, Charlie, and Phil would be sitting in those friggin' chairs
Yep.
with your legs crossed. No.
Moniz
This
is a
is
woman
so
of style.
I like it.
Which version
Thank
of
you.
the
I
set
like
do you
it.
like better? This one or the old version?
I like this.
You like this one? Well, guess who picked it out?
Well, this one is way better because when your pants almost go up to your knees, and you don't have to worry about your socks, and you're
Right.
looking unprofessional
See?
because
Hairy legs
you got
and the whole
one
thing.
shoelace hanging over here. It's all tucked in nicely under these tables.
You like that?
I do now that I've been doing it all day.
experienced it,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
The only thing you don't have here are those mics I
I'm
want.
proven wrong as usual.
Yeah,
Did
really.
they say they want, oh, please tell Dan he can leave. Oh,
Jimmy Hart was a great
John
version
sees-
of Jimmy Hart has a great version of Cinnamon Girl on Sun Records.
so true, Cena
Were you
Senior.
familiar with that song, John?
Cinnamon, let me
Yeah,
in.
that's Neil Young, I
Won't
believe.
you be my
That's a Neil Young
cinnamon
song.
girl?
Oh, you know
Yes.
Cinnamon Girl.
Yep.
All right.
60s song. When you hear it, John, you'll remember it. Yep.
I wanna.
It was
Don't
like
know
Son of a
Cinnamon
Preacher
Girl.
Man.
Oh, okay.
Like
all right,
that, but
all
it
right, I
was
remember.
Cinnamon
That's-
Girl.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Neil Young song, I think,
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Because the only one who could ever teach me
Mr.
was the
Wonderful
son
likes
of a
this
preacher.
setup. All right.
Oh, my.
Thank you, Mr. Wonderful, for your input. Ibzan, Jeff, my brother wants a huss for his birthday. Can you give him a little huss, John?
Well, of course, now.
Yeah.
Hush! Hush! Hush!
Happy birthday.
goes right through you.
Ibzan, to
Happy
your
birthday.
brother.
Many more.
Happy
Many more.
birthday, Jeff, I believe is his name. We have beautiful 8x10s and 11x14s if you really want to add to his collection, Ibzan. But we're waiting for, what do we have, Jeffrey and Derek, I think? Derek and Jeffrey, yep. See, I made it easy, Johnny. You have the Post-its right on the back, slip them in the hard thing, put them in the package, put them in the mail.
You are
My
a
new
genius.
system. My new system. It only took me 8 years to develop, but I finally figured it out.
Someday, somebody's going to include you in a chapter in their book.
I'm in
you
Al
know-
Snow's book, but they spelled my name wrong.
Did they really? What did they spell it as?
Then you're
You
not
didn't
in
even
there.
recognize it.
Not
I was
Maloney?
furious.
Maloney?
No, I don't know what the ghostwriter heard from Al Snow, but I know the book publisher because we've done work with them, and they said, oh, if we do a second printing, we'll correct it. I was on vacation up on Lake Winnipesaukee.
How much space did they take to talk about you?
It's a good...
A sentence, a
No,
paragraph?
it's a story about when Brad shit his pants. Remember that?
No.
Yes, you do.
Oh, sir.
Remember it, the night of good times?
A scatological story, eh?
When Al was doing WWE developmental and he came in, and Brad just exploded in a map.
Do you know what bothers me?
What?
The sense of humor this man has is bizarro.
Bizarro! No, listen, I have to tell the
love it.
story, so I don't know if
That's
these fine
unique.
gentlemen all understand.
Why would you want to embarrass?
Al Snow wrote about it in his book.
Well, let's quote the
We
book.
won't give
We'll
last
quote
names.
the book.
No
Okay,
last
it was
names.
Thanksgiving weekend 2007. Al Snow came in from WWE when he ran their developmental system to do a seminar. And we had Jay Lethal from TNA Impact.
I remember.
Al Snow was a little late,
Mm-hmm.
so we were waiting for him. And the commissioner went, yeah, I'll be right back, baby, yeah. So you know him, he was kind of an odd individual. So he just kind of vanished. And he came back to the SUV with a giant map of Boston. So anyway, Al texted me, he's here. I said, all right, let me go get Al. I come back out. I swear you, is quick. I open the door. I said, what the fuck? It smells like a zoo in here.
In the
And-
SUV.
And Brad was wrapped in the map of Boston. He exploded. And Jay Lethal's face was pressed up against the window in the back seat like this. And I didn't understand why until I opened the door. So then, it's even worse. We're driving to Good Times, and he goes, yeah, you guys cold? You guys cold? He turned up.
And whoosh,
We were ready to die.
odoriferous emanations.
We were ready to die. It was one of the worst things I've ever smelled in my life. Because he had gluten problems.
In hindsight, no pun
Who
intended,
shot
it was-
themselves? Brad who?
Commissioner Von Johnson, Brad Von Johnson. So then after the event was over, it was even worse.
Here we go.
While the seminar went on, he went to Target, and I opened up the door when we were leaving, and this package of these little, of about 20 kids' socks. He went and bought little socks at Target. I don't know if the shit went all the way down his leg to his feet, but he went and bought little socks, and he got new sweatpants. And then it was sitting in, and then I realized what it was. He had a plastic bag tied with all of the clothes that he shit himself in. So I went, oh, and I took it and I threw it, and then Al was like volleyball. Al kind of like punched it because it was getting close to him.
Do you guys find this humorous?
You know, I'm going to say something tonight.
Maybe you had to be there. I don't know, but
Oh, I delight in Dan's mirth and happiness in recounting it, and it does. The humor is infectious. It must have been a really smelly situation.
when
And the
go ahead.
socks.
Well,
I don't
somebody had a shitty night. That was
Well,
Yeah.
well, I was just gonna say, you know, I have text messages between Dan and I that if you want to go into the depths of his brain with his humor, it will show you, because literally to the point where I hear things people say, and I think of his voice saying certain things, and I start to laugh because he's corrupted me. Like remember the beatings.
the beatings,
The beatings,
and
yes.
the obituaries before they died.
Obituaries before. These are little inside jokes that I'd have to explain, but little things happen in my daily life that make me think of him and his voice.
Well, thank you. I'm
Yeah.
glad my voice lives on somewhere. So then, at the
Unfortunately.
end,
Variety thinks you're cool.
the end of the night,
Yeah.
we're checking them in at the hotel, and Brad's out
Who's
in the
that?
SUV.
Brad or?
No, Al and Jay
Checking
Latham,
Al Snowman?
checking them in. And we look out the door. He went to the back of the SUV, and he got the bag of his shit out of clothes. And he went, and he almost dove into the trash barrel to
Try to improve the smell? What?
And I said to Jay Latham, I said, look at him. He looks like a dog trying to bury a bone. And I almost fell on Jay Latham.
This guy is having. Is anybody else enjoying this as much as him?
You had to be there, I
Listen,
suppose.
maybe you
I
had
marvel
to
at-
be there. Al Snow
love
put
it.
it in his book, 3 pages dedicated to this story.
3 pages.
3 pages.
You know how many pages you just took up?
I have no
You did
idea.
a whole chapter.
I have no
whole
idea.
chapter. A whole chapter.
Oh, wait a minute. Rick B wants to know, how do we order the hot sauce, Mr. Cena? How much is the hot sauce? Is it the same price as the soda?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. We can do a combo on the soda and the hot sauce, or we can do just the hot sauce.
Yeah.
So the hot sauce would be what? What do we do in the hot sauce, Mo, before?
Oh, I think that was
10. That's because I have to have it made
But
special.
that doesn't include the shipping.
So I'll tell you
'Cause
what
I
I'll
gotta
do.
ship it out.
I'll tell you what I'll do.
What?
Let's do the same thing on the hot sauce we're doing on the soda. Because of their fans, John Nord's here. Let's make it the special for the Berzerker. $10 includes the sauce and the shipping.
Rick B,
Berserk
if
special,
you
nice.
order
How's
any,
that?
if you order
Berserk
any
special.
of the, any one of the Fabo Pops on the link I'm going to put up, I'll know because I know your name that you want an order of the hot sauce, and
Yeah.
I'll mail it out to you.
And it'll be the same price, $10.
$10,
And that includes the shipping.
including shipping.
Yep, for the hot sauce.
I have a feeling the post office is going to love me this week.
Helicopter here?
Yeah, it's on the roof.
Don't believe this shit.
Oh, okay.
Bat
I don't
copter.
know. If I got
Believe-
Santa Claus.
No,
comes
just
by.
believe Brad's.
We'll take you out. I think the show would be much better. Me, Mr. Nord, Charlie, and Phil. We would have a great
Yeah.
time. I think it'd be awesome. So, you know, if you guys ever decide when Mr. Nord is back in town, it'll be the 4 of us, and Danny Boy can be up in the booth working his shit up there, and we'll talk wrestling, and we'll have some real good times.
4 Horsemen
There you go,
revival.
there you go. So if you fans want to see that, all you got to do is let us know, and I'm sure Dan can use the break. Because
Yes,
now
Dan could
he
use
won't
the
be able,
break.
he
The
won't be
James
able to pick
Brown
on
of
Annie. He
Boston
won't be able to
wrestling.
pick on Von Johnson. He won't be able to pick on Quincy Rastani. He won't be able to pick on Piggott. He won't be able to pick on anybody.
She's right here. What?
Gee.
I don't know how you guys can take this.
Rick, order any Fabo Pop, and I'll know it's for the sauce.
And let me know how many orders for the sauce you get, because
Okay.
I have like 6 cases at the house ready for the
what
2
a-
shows I have coming
What
up.
a historical moment we just missed. Roddy Piper won his first and only
Yeah.
WWF Championship, the Intercontinental title, from the Mountie. Ibzan, for the Berzerker, did you throw Jameson off the roof on primetime?
Yeah.
I love that. We talked about that on one of the
were
talk
talking
shows
about
coming
that.
up. Well,
Yeah.
Ibzan didn't see the talk shows,
Oh,
obviously.
okay.
So he's going to be in for a surprise.
I didn't know they even know who Jameson was.
See, I told you, people remember those
People do
animals.
remember.
Yeah, how long was he around? About a month?
He was kind of a character that was off and on.
Oh,
He was
okay.
recurring. He was a comedian in real life, and his son is on.
Jameson was?
Yeah, but right now his son is an actor on some CBS comedy show. Does anyone know what it is?
Yeah, I know.
One of you
I-
experts
know
over
what?
there?
Not sure.
Is it the shits?
The Shits?
No, what's that company? The shits? S-C-H-I-T.
No, you gotta do
Oh,
it.
shit's
No, I
great.
just want to
Shit's Creek.
Virgil is selling his own style of hot sauce.
Is that Jameson?
For helping those.
Speaking of,
Who is Virgil selling?
Hey, it is.
it is.
Virgil is selling his own
Summon
style of
him
hot sauce. There you
and
go.
give
Virgil's
news.
a great guy.
Please.
Virgil's had a little bit of tough luck. You know what? The
Has
thing
he?
you got to
He's
remember
just a
about this
nuisance.
business, Danny boy, you haven't been in it. You've been around it, but you really haven't been in it. So you don't understand all the bumps and bangs and lonely nights and stuff that goes with it.
I
And
had
sometimes-
9 months with WWF.
I
FYI.
understand that,
Thank
but
you.
sometimes
Thank
you get caught up with the demons, and unfortunately you fall down, and Virgil fell down.
Dan, 9
And-
months in the
you
womb
go.
sometimes doesn't mean you know anything about life.
That's right, and sometimes
Well-
you got to pick yourself up. And here's a guy that, look, he's doing the best he can with what he has. So I find no fault with that.
Hell yeah, I
You know
agree.
what? At least he's got
Amen.
enough balls to try to
Amen.
pick himself up.
That's right.
What about Jameson? He picked himself up after the Berzerker threw him off of the top of Titan Towers on primetime wrestling. Do you remember that skit, Johnny?
I do.
The poor Jameson's lucky he found the dumpster, or it could have been the end of
It would
Jameson.
have been the end of Jameson. I would have told you right now. That would have been it.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a man that I knows himself quite well,
Mavs!
along with the Beverly Brothers.
The Mavs.
Ball
I
and
thought
Blake.
they were
Mike Enos and Wayne Bloom.
from Shaker Heights, Ohio.
I don't know if you know this, Johnny, but John grew up with the Beverly Brothers.
Really?
Yep, sure did.
Wow.
Well, I coached Mike in little kids football, and then Wayne was a
How big of an
power
age
lifter.
difference is there between the two of them?
I don't know. I want to say 7, 8, 10 years.
Oh, it's that big?
Yeah. Well, 7, 8. Let's say 7, 8. We're safe. But
And then
yeah.
look who they're managed by, Johnny the Genius, a man that said he
Wayne
was
Bloom
never
was
alone.
the one
during
with
Now
the
we
the
must
mustache,
have
coronavirus.
right?
poetry just for all of us.
Yeah, the
because
poetry.
he doesn't like to stay in the ring and give us a lot of cuss. So Lenny Puffer will stand there. A poem he will read. The rest of us will be here and said, we're going to pay no heed. So Lenny, do us a favor. Make it really class. Take your friggin' poem and haul out you and your ass. We don't need to see that.
He's a very talented man.
Very good.
Yeah,
Do you think he developed his skill as a child? Maybe if his mother
I
said to him,
just-
put a sock in it? And he
I
said,
just
"Well, I'll
don't
put
think it
something
did
else."
much for the Bevs.
Dan, are you talking about his poetry
I don't
skills
think
or
he
his,
did much for the
his
Beverly
overall
Brothers.
ability?
no.
I think he hurt him bad.
What about the service?
At least
Johnny?
in the locker room.
Yes.
What about the service?
What service?
The self-service.
You know,
What's up,
actually,
sir?
can I
You
just
don't
bump
know
in
what
real
you
quick?
mean.
See, John, Mr. Cena, you've actually missed the episode where we talked about Dan's favorite words,
What's that?
like service.
All right, there's a woman in the room. Let
It's
us
all right.
remember.
She's okay. She's from New York.
All right, out of context. He loves the word fillate.
What's he
I
like?
think that's
He
a much
loves
more
the word
polite way
fillet.
than using the
Yeah.
other
Fillet.
terminology.
And he loves to say certain things like from your lips to God's ears is one. What are the other ones he likes, Philo?
He always
Something
talks about
about
Italian
Frosty the
dessert,
Snowman.
fellatio.
Yeah, something about fellatio all the
Different
time.
story for a different
But he
time.
likes to use certain words, and I don't know if you've heard him say the same certain key words over and over again.
Well, I've known Johnny the longest of anybody here, so if anyone would know my particular
This gentleman and I
Danisms.
have been
Yeah.
around the barn.
since November of 05, the first time Jake no-showed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, Jake Roberts, another good man.
Well, John had a lot to say about Jake. J.A. Will, how are you, buddy? Loose?
How are things down in
How are you,
Georgia,
Tom?
J.A. Will?
Oh,
I still want to call him Ja Will.
Ja
but
Will.
It's
met all
I
the
don't
boys
think
at the
he's going to
gym.
be dressed
Ja
up
Will's a
in
good
March.
dude. And so is Loose Cannon.
Let who in?
They're all good people.
Oh, Quincy
all
is
good.
here. Let him in. Ha ha.
Yeah, we wish.
We wish Quincy was here. We called him. We
I
don't know
would've-
where he is.
I would've picked him up.
I'm good without
I
Quincy.
would have picked him
Eleanor
up.
has been ill.
know.
Was
Is
in
she
the
again?
hospital, so
Eleanor?
maybe Eleanor's his mother.
Oh.
Has she returned to hospital?
As of Thursday, no, when he was
These-
here with us live.
I just want to say these guys were over, and they had the cheesiest looking matches of all time, and
Oh,
people
yeah.
people loved them.
Well,
Isn't
you
that
know,
amazing?
stylistically,
Yes.
they were different when they
And
were the
people go out and break
sheeprunners.
their
They were
backs and do all kinds of
hardcore.
flips and all kinds of great spots, and nobody.
Every time you talk to Luke, he has the perfect, I'm sure John would agree. Keep it simple,
Yeah.
keep it smart, and you don't have
Thank
to work
you.
hard at
Gentlemen.
all.
Thank you.
That's the name of the game.
Complete
isn't it?
gentleman, too.
Plus you compliment
In
each
November,
other. If
he
you-
was
you
the
can't be
nicest
like
one of the
that,
bunch.
Because they're like that.
Yeah, he's
you can
great.
be
Greatest-
now
Great accent, too.
come complimenting each other.
Right.
You know?
That's it. That's the name of the
Nicest,
game.
nicest one of the bunch this past November. With him and Marty were the nicest group of the group of legends we had. Just Incredible was fine. Medusa had her moments, but Luke was a stand-up guy.
He was a great guy.
Luke was a great guy in the locker room.
He's like,
Yeah.
hello, mate. You know,
Oh, they're awesome.
he was upset that night at the show in November. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
I didn't know that.
We're backstage, and I said, so how's it going? He said, well, you know, mate, I come all the way up here. I didn't know I was going to be just signing pieces of paper. I wanted a match in a ring.
God love him.
Oh, did
At
If
his
I had
age,
known.
Guinness Book of World Records, he is the oldest professional wrestler still actively in the ring.
Even older than Mike
How old is
Armstrong?
he?
He's in his
He's in
Mike
the
Jones?
70s.
Who's the oldest guy? Mike
Wow.
Jones or Mike Armstrong?
I don't know. Luke
You know
Fez,
what I'd like-
Luke
Mike
Fez
Jackson.
wrestled later.
Mike
Mike
Jackson.
Jackson.
Mike Jackson.
From Alabama.
Mike Jackson.
Yeah, TBS.
God bless
He's
him.
in his
Enhancement
70s
talent.
too.
He's still working, isn't he?
Mike Jackson.
Mike
yep.
Jackson.
Gordon Sully used to call him. He's a gym teacher from
Outstanding,
Alabama.
these two guys.
Butch is trying to
Working
get
the
back
single
to the
with the
star
United
on it?
States
Yes.
so bad.
I feel like that's
They
what
had a
people
gimmick,
would
a
be
great
able to
little
listen
gimmick.
to.
They had an awesome gimmick.
Single
Yeah,
stars.
It
Yep.
really drew a lot of little kids in.
Mike
Kids
Jackson
loved
was
him.
good.
That's it.
Little kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't like the
And
lick
they
on
were
the
so
heads,
they
but
were
Yeah.
so wild and violent as the sheep herders.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you remember them, Johnny? What a
God,
what a
just think of
violent,
how
bloody
much
team they
easier
were.
it was on
They
their
caused
body
a riot,
doing
Dan, in
that.
Rhode Island.
Oh, this was
Oh,
that
they
now?
do?
They
Shit.
caused a riot in Rhode Island. They were arrested, the sheep herders. They were so
Really?
extreme, and they actually got arrested in Rhode Island. Yeah.
Who- do you
Back
remember
then.
where?
This was in the newspaper and confirmed. We spoke about it on back in November, too.
Really?
But they actually were pulled to the Hooskow for creating a little bit of a riot. It was a show in Rhode Island.
Who- any idea
when
who
they
they
were
were working?
hardcore, before WWF.
Right,
This is-
right.
It might have been for the Savoli organization.
Oh.
I don't know if they came up this far. It might
Yeah,
have been
you
for
know what?
ICW.
Yeah, that would
One
kinda
of
make
those
sense.
groups.
What year
But,
would that have been, 91?
It was in the newspaper, so as a kid I was
What
like,
year?
whoa,
No,
how
it would have
cool.
had to have been before '88,
It might have been pre-88, yeah.
because that's when
You
they
know,
became
used to push
bushwhackers.
the envelope was the Dirty White Boys in Louisiana, Len Gatton
sure.
and John, and
Tony Ann.
they some of the interviews with the N-word and the whole.
I can't even-
They
can't
did the
even-
interview?
It
They were
was-
interviews? That's
it
terrible.
was.
I can't even believe that.
That's
Yeah.
awful. That's beyond
They
cheap.
use the N-word
yeah.
on TV?
Well, here's what it is. Like, watch them be saying, okay, go, and you're up. And they start doing an interview, and they'd be going, we got a sign in Tennessee that says, we don't want you here on the billboard. And they wouldn't say it.
They'd
And then
hint at
finally, I seen Watts one day just getting sick of, they were pushing the envelope, and he wasn't going to let them do that. And Watts stood up, and he just screamed out, you might as well say.
Wow.
Yeah, and he got mad at them guys
Wow.
for doing the interviews the way they did them.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Cena Senior,
It
really
was,
breaking
yeah,
morale.
Was
it
that
was bad.
territory?
It was
When you
bad.
were there, John, was Mid-South becoming UWF at that time?
No way.
Just
Or was
logging
it
out
still
every
Mid-South?
5 minutes drive.
Oh, no,
is
it's
really
Mid-South.
insane.
All right. And it was still hot at that time?
It would be a
Still
place to do that.
business was
It
still good
wouldn't
and
be the
everything?
fun that is you and I.
No.
Because I heard in
Fans would come to
84
like
their
that.
business was record high.
84, and we got a little
No, most of those
overflow,
are,
but
tickets
we
to
had
the
some good shows.
Okay,
But
Slick
yeah,
Rick,
it was,
the hot sauce
was
order
not
came
worth
through.
the grind.
I'll
but
be mailing that out to
I had
you.
only been in the
Want that
business a year, so
Well,
like,
ask him, Rick, do you want the hot sauce signed by
Pay your
John?
dues.
Remember all the Fabo Pop signs?
But I was
And the
with Jake
Fabo
for a
Pop.
year, so
Right.
I gotta say, we were both
Is this
two
guy trying
young
to get back to the
guys,
country, you
and
said?
he was a lot
Yeah,
of
they
fun
want to do a
be
farewell
with.
tour
He
together.
was a
They're doing
genius
book.
in the ring.
And look who the referee is, John.
I didn't pick this stuff up naturally.
Is it?
It
Oh,
is.
was the business good still?
Gentlemen,
at that
that'll be
time?
with us on Saturday night, April
Every
the
time you
16th.
guys say that, I think of Dangerous Danny Spivey.
He's a hot
We're not
ticket,
thinking
this
of
kid.
Danny's five.
I know, but
You thinking of a guy down
maybe
at
they're brothers or
down in
something.
Knoxville, down in Tennessee, down in
No,
Kentucky?
I'm just saying Dangerous Danny, and I'm thinking you're
That'd
going
be
to say
Nightmare Danny
another
Davis
name,
down there.
right?
Yeah, because
But-
that's what John was training under.
Yeah,
down there for
and
the
Cornette's,
WWF. Cornette school down there.
yeah.
That was great.
Yeah,
I met a lot of people down there.
sure.
They were
Yeah,
awesome, awesome. And Danny Davis,
Southern
I'll
poker,
tell you,
yeah.
what a great guy.
Davis is
Yeah,
a
but-
great
Yeah.
guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
what a
Danny
mind for the
Davis.
business, I'll tell
What?
you.
He's a
Danny
great.
Davis.
He was a great guy back then. He was a class act.
And you know what? Cornette has got a great mind for this business, except
sure
that
Mm-hmm.
sometimes he's got to learn to put his brain in gear before putting his mouth in motion.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you,
He gets
he's,
a little fired
he's
up.
like Trump.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
he's just,
yeah.
outside of that, him and Paul Heyman, put them together,
Oh,
you got it made, bro. Those guys know in and out what's going on.
oh, absolutely.
Oh God.
They have a rivalry too, I think.
Well-
a little bit.
Oh,
of
yeah,
that,
there's-
you know,
yeah.
all great ones do, I think.
I think they'd have a WrestleMania managers match.
Boston, we are, John
Yeah.
discusses the Brutus
I
Beefcake
bet.
on one of the
I'd pay to see it.
episodes we taped tonight. What are you talking about?
I said with the WrestleMania, you have a managers match. Paul
Oh.
Heyman in there.
Yeah.
Who else can we throw in there that's managing?
Still.
Yeah. If not, we'll bring
I'm
somebody
thinking
back.
he'll.
Who's that
Teddy
manager?
Long was a great manager before he became a general manager on SmackDown. He managed Doom. And,
I don't think
The
Teddy would wrestle, though.
Skyscrapers
Teddy
and-
didn't do much wrestling.
oh, as far as having matches
Yeah,
go?
right there and wrestle.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Oh, yeah.
I misunderstood.
Manager
No.
versus manager. Their guy leaves town,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know what's happened? The business, the matches, they're all gone south.
Oh, yeah,
There's
totally.
no believability.
No, not at
There's
all.
no-
Well, it's a
Even this has
one
more
constant
credibility.
high spot that don't mean nothing.
Right.
There's no building.
Well, you know, I think that's a, John, I think that's a great point, and it's so many different variables. I think now a lot of the fans act as if they're watching a movie and they're reviewing the actors. Like Sammy Guevara is
video
one of the
game.
great baby faces. No offense to Sammy Guevara, is one of the great baby faces of his day. And people are acting as if they're playing along, they're part of the show. When they always say we have to get the audience involved, now the audience thinks they're part of the show, but it's not in the right way.
I agree. I agree with that. 100%.
Well said.
I
Yep.
think
right,
so
Charlie.
many of today's fans want to try and emulate what kind of like what ECW had at its peak,
Yeah.
as far as the passion goes. This is awesome, and those types of chants. Fight forever.
Yeah.
The matches that really aren't all that good to begin with,
You're right.
and are on free television.
Right.
Certainly not classics, but they want to pretend like they're reliving those moments.
And
It's almost like cosplay.
yeah, it is, and I think that's a good point. And you know, I gotta say, I wasn't. I know Dan and I've talked about ECW. I've seen some of it. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but it was at least organic. And the last time that I can remember being excited about wrestling was Ring of Honor was getting hot. I saw some of their tapes. I thought they were doing a great job. But when you watch wrestling today, a lot of it seems like the fans want this to be almost like it's romanticized than what it is. And I think
Okay,
that's a
I don't
problem.
mean to switch gears, but what's your guys' opinion on it? Because I want to get this. And maybe this, I hope I don't seem like I'm bragging because I make chump change, but you're on that Legends deal, right? And you get a quarterly check, right?
Yep.
Why has my quarterly check gone up like 10 times as much as it used to be?
Have they made any new
It's
merchandise
chump
of you?
change compared
Should be like the
to,
Gangrel
but
edition.
it's a lot for me.
Right, we should make this the Gangrel edition, the David Heath edition of the soda
So
pop.
why would have that happened? Just because it's a worldwide advertising,
No,
and it didn't used to be.
when you get
I mean,
your-
you're selling action figures in Australia, and you didn't used to be, or what?
When you get your quarterly check, don't you get like that big printout?
Yep.
Well, that explains to you exactly how it's broken down, how
I
you
don't
were
take
paid.
time to read it.
Well,
I just,
well,
I
that's
mean,
what
we
I
can put it in
question.
layman's terms.
Thank you.
I'm
Make it
trying
simple,
to do
right?
a
It's
layman's
basically
terms.
how much they used your likeness in that quarter.
Yeah,
Whether
but
you've
I
been-
think,
maybe
I
if you've
think
been
what
in
it is,
books,
it's all action figures.
action figures.
Because the rest of it don't pay.
Have you
but
been
the
in any-
action figures pay
Big,
25%, I think they told me. But I'm like, hold it now, this is just as of 6 months ago, or no, I mean 6 checks ago, that it's went up like 10 times as what it used to be. Before that, the whole time I've been on the royalties, which have been since
Well,
08.
that's interesting you say that because with the
So,
network, how do
you
people
feel me? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Have you been in any
maybe
of the
it's also-
Nostalgia, maybe.
Have you
now.
been in
Nothing has changed.
Have you been in any video games?
I haven't did anything. I think I was in one, but here's the thing: is I mean, for 10 years it's
Been
really
nice.
small, and then all of a sudden,
Now
about a
it's
year ago,
10x.
it goes up 10 times the amount.
Well, I
You
know
follow me? I
Tony-
don't know. I don't know.
Tony Atlas said he made about $200 in 2020. So I
What,
don't know.
$200?
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah,
you're
see,
top
no, but I mean, here's an example. Maybe you used to get $300
quarter.
show up every quarter.
Yeah.
Well, now it's 3,000, and I'm
Really?
wondering
Wow.
why. But I'm not asking questions. I'm
yeah.
getting that some bit.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Take
know.
it and cash it, right?
Well,
But you gotta remember though, the price of the figures have gone up, the price of the product has gone up. Anything they're doing, you're entitled to that residual. So, you know what I say? I'm with you, John.
I don't ask questions.
Sit back, relax, sign the check, you know it's good.
I like it.
Right on.
Danny,
like
the
it.
Berserker action figures now, if you can find it for $50, his Mattel one at least, that's a good deal.
Hell yeah.
I don't
Wow.
know about the Jax Classics one. I haven't looked for those,
I
but
might have that.
I have a couple of the Mattel ones over there
No,
that
when,
John designed for the set.
They, Jax used to send me cases of all those figures when they
Did
were
they?
doing John. When
Oh,
they were doing
wow.
all the WWEs. So they would just send cases.
God, that's
you know,
cool.
Bret Hart, Andre the Giant. I've got whole boxes of those. And let me look through, see if I got one.
I should have, you know, why? I just, for all these years, I've just like never have even thought about asking anybody for, you know, or action figures or anything.
yourself.
I've bought myself like even like 5 of them. I just don't.
John, I don't know if
just-
you know
I
about
haven't- I
this.
don't get into the flow
There's
real
a-
easy, and I kind of regret it. I wish.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah, your kids
the
would probably love one.
NWA World Champion right now.
I think they got one.
Matt Cardona is a giant toy collector, which is a weird thing to say. The
Yeah.
NWA World Champion is a giant toy collector, but he's a giant toy collector, and he bought the Greg Valentine doll when he was from, what was it, Hasbro?
Yeah,
Greg
Hasbro.
Valentine.
I guess there's
On
one.
the
Yeah, that's
honky tonk.
great.
when he did Rhythm and Blues, Greg
Yeah.
Valentine
Hair.
had a prototype
That was,
doll, and that is worth.
The black hair.
What is
right,
it, 6 figures or
It's-
something like that?
It's something exorbitant, something just crazy, but hey.
Even Valentine talked about it, and Valentine's sitting there with his.
I thought they said like
Well, you know,
40.
it's-
I thought
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
seen 40 grand or something.
But no, but these dolls are, and it's so insane to think
I
about.
know. Yeah, and you say
Well,
dolls.
it's
You're
so
like me.
rare.
Yeah,
It's
I
such a-
say action figures because I'm
figures,
trying to be politically
No, I
correct,
know.
but I say dolls.
I have some action
All it-
figures at home.
All it was
Back in the-
was
the
it was
depths of my
it was in a
closet.
Toys R Us advertisement as a prototype, and it was never sold because he reverted back to the blonde
Right.
hair. So, you know, to
It makes sense.
the die-hard collector, it's the probably the rarest item there is out there to get.
Like Matt Cardona.
But you
Speaking
figure it
of
would have
action
been like,
figures
He's now
and
NWA World Champion.
prototypes,
figure like
Is
it
there
would have
an
been
action figure of the
Andre or
prototype?
somebody, you know.
I wonder.
You just you would never figure.
I wonder if they make
Is
action
there a
figures.
prototype figure of the prototype?
Is there an action figure of the prototype? You know, the prototype from years ago, originally.
You know, I don't know the answer to that. I do know that I have several T-shirts.
Yeah.
I have his boots,
Yeah.
autographed boots. I have.
Where do you keep all this stuff? I can imagine the stuff you got.
Well, you know, John, it's
The
a
wrestling
funny thing.
wing.
John
Yes.
doesn't have a lot of memorabilia. It all comes. He gives it away to me.
He had
or
50
he
pairs
raffles
of
it off,
tights.
and gives
Yeah,
it away
right.
to make a
I
wish.
love it.
Yeah. So You know, I'm going to find out.
I
about
love that.
Did they
I
ever-
don't think they made a prototype wrestling figure.
Did they make an action figure of him when he came to WWE, when he debuted with the trunks and the boots?
With Kurt Angle?
Like the first 6 months he did.
No, I don't
Before
think
he went to the jean shorts and the rap gimmick and all that.
I don't know, but you know what? I've got the early action figures. I've got all of those.
Good.
And I don't recall finding one with the prototype. You know, 50% man, 50% machine,
Yeah.
100% mayhem.
You know,
So where did he get his genetics? You or the mommy?
Well, that's why I keep my shirt on, so I
50-50?
don't embarrass the kid.
50-50?
No, I get it off on the old man's side.
Do
The
you?
old man's side, yeah.
So I
My-
bet you your dad was
my
kind
dad
of a raw
was-
bone.
He was, yeah, he was a bodybuilder, weightlifter.
What?
In between, yep.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
they used to make fun of my father because he was very thin. And so he said, you know what? And he did the exact same thing that John did. He started pumping iron, working hard. And I remember the old man, that's what he
Right?
came-
It's all
he-
in them weights.
He was so strong,
all
he would
in the
take
weight.
spikes and bend them in his hand. Spikes.
Cool.
Who is this?
Your dad.
Your father did
My
this?
father.
Spikes.
That's
Spikes.
cool.
And then John, of course, the reason he started lifting weights was he was being bullied by the kids at school because he had different hair, different clothing. You know, in this world, it's a sin to be different, isn't it?
is.
Also?
Yeah, it is.
And that's cruel. But so what
That's
he did was
totally cruel.
he asked me to buy him a weightlifting set for Christmas. And I said to my ex-wife then, I said, I'll buy it, but I'll bet you it doesn't last more than 6 months. Well,
really?
there's the
You
answer.
know,
There's
you know,
the
one thing
answer,
I've always respected
but-
about John is from the day he broke into wrestling until really the day he's kind of left, quote unquote, he always stayed in phenomenal shape. And it's crazy to me that a man with his genetics and body was covered up with the jean shorts and the t-shirts. It's like, if anything, you want to show that off more. But Vince had that plan or whatever it was.
Well, you have to remember that when he came on as John Cena from West Surrey, Massachusetts, with Ruthless Aggression, I think after the appearance, I don't know, I'm speaking for myself, I don't think they knew what the hell to do with the kid.
Right.
And it was on a bus coming back that he was doing some rapping.
Yep.
And that's when Stephanie asked him if he could do it on TV. And if you create the character of Vanilla Ice, which
Yeah,
you did for Thanksgiving,
right.
Yep.
and then you and Vince come up with a character known as the Doctor of Thugonomics, you don't wear tights, you wear cutoffs,
Of
sneakers.
course.
And he's lucky in a sense. Maybe not lucky, but that character could have killed him long term. Because that's such an over-the-top
I
character.
don't know.
It
but
could have really
those,
hurt
that,
him.
those,
So.
that stuff just fit his body perfect. It was a perfect storm. That deal.
It was a sarcastic little.
But I
son
just
of a
I
bitch.
just think it's
And
funny that.
with the
Yes.
yeah, you're right, John.
It was a
But I
perfect
just think it's
storm,
funny with the
I
way
think.
Vince thinks. He's got guys in trunks who don't look as good as that, and he puts them in jean shorts. I think that's odd to my way of thinking, because as a promoter, you know, usually promoters
But let
want
me
to
tell
show
you,
that
though,
off. That's just my opinion.
all that is
One man's
true.
opinion.
Kinda makes
But
a
you
statement
nevertheless,
itself,
John
though,
had
kind
a
of,
huge
by
neck,
doing
huge
that.
Also, I'm a
forearms,
traditionalist. I like to see
huge
wrestling gear.
hands.
I get
So
the
you
gimmick,
can
but I always
tell,
like to see
even with
boots and
that
trunks.
stuff, though,
I
even
will
with
tell
that
you.
stuff, you could tell because of the neck, hands,
Yeah.
forearms,
When I was
calves.
in Kentucky,
That's all you need. And they know what's under.
John was in tights when he wrestled down at UPW.
Did the biker shorts, yeah.
Well, yeah, he had the small shirt, and he wore the regular tights.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, it was kind of out of place because until he put those biker shorts on, the 50% machine, 50% mayhem had no meaning. He was just another guy in tights.
Right.
Now you give him the blonde hair, give him the look,
Yeah.
give him the tights, give him the
Yeah.
now it fits. So now you give him this guy from Crumpton, this guy that's a rapper, this guy don't give a shit about anybody or anything,
Yeah.
you know? And it's a heel. It's amazing how he became the face.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
amazing.
There was
Yeah.
a rumor online
Yeah.
that he actually stole the gimmick from Oscar.
That's a good joke, Dan. See, that's a non-bizarre sense of humor there.
Red bullshit, and he's drinking it. John, I don't know, you know, but that's some valid points. But you've got to dress the character to fit the part. You know what I'm trying to say? And when you have this rapper, no rapper's going to come out and
Oh no, I understand. I'm
even
just,
who's my 24/7 champion there that I think.
True?
Yeah, I think a lot of that man. What a
He's
great
funny
human
as can
being.
be.
Oh,
He's
what a
very
great human
funny.
being. You know, he's the one that I was back there and I was worried about working with Orton. I showed him the kick and he goes, "Oh, he protected you." I said, Wow, brother. I think there's an issue there, but he's so funny and so upfront. But you look at the way he dresses.
Yeah.
He dresses like who he is.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Truth.
And he's in
Ron-
great shape
Ron
too.
Killings,
He's in great shape
yeah.
too.
Yeah, so I think that, I think that what we're missing today is the character they assign. First of all, the guys don't know how to live it and believe it. When you walk through the curtain, John Nord becomes Berzerker. When I walk through the curtain, I become Johnny Fabulous.
Yeah.
When I'm back in the back, I'm me.
Yeah.
When
Right.
you start believing your own bullshit, you're in trouble.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
You
it's
see?
awful. It's
yeah,
awful.
and there's a lot of them out there that do
Like
that.
Brett.
So-
And they believe their own bullshit better than they do in the ring.
that's right.
Except you're laying it on me.
So
Go
you gotta
away
be able
down
to
the
create that character, and part of that character is like Halloween. You got to have the costume.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
good
it.
point. Good point.
I like it.
And you brought up some valid points there, Charlie.
Oh, thank you.
But I am going to look and see if I have a prototype figure.
I'm
I
curious.
don't remember those.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I think you sold another one. Did we get one yet? Eric Burns, are you in the room right now? What did Eric get? Let's see. He got Berzerker photo number 2. Eric is from Fridley, Minnesota.
What's crazy? John
Us.
Tento.
Isn't that funny?
No shit.
Wait,
Shut up.
John
66th
Tento.
Avenue.
I bet he was younger than me
Friendly
here.
Minnesota,
and you-
right there.
Oh, God.
66th.
there,
Do you
John.
know him? Eric Burns?
Is he related to Matt Burns? I
Holy
don't
shit,
know.
he lives.
Is there an address
Do you know
there?
where 66th Avenue is?
Hey, don't say his address out in
He
front of
I'm not
lives.
giving
I
the
live on
old, right?
6600 Central.
That's you.
No, he lives more.
Spillers, am I related to this Eric Burns?
Eric, are you here right now, my friend? Oh, yes. All right,
Fridley's
Eric.
closer to Minnie than I
How do
thought
you
it
want
was.
your photo personalized?
There's
Do you want it
Minnie,
made
there's
out
Frid.
to Eric? Do you want it just...
Yeah, where the hell do you live?
He lives in Fridley.
All right
Yeah,
there.
but maybe he could explain where his house is, you know?
Well, the address is right there.
I know, but it's really a weird deal
Man, that looks
because
so-
it's that. It's
Eric, where in Fridley are you?
what do you buy? Like the fire station or the?
Are you by a Walmart, or this is the photo that he bought?
You know what? I like those photos. And you know the one thing I like?
You want one?
Sure, I'd be glad to
Which
take
one would you like?
Anyone the Berzerker would like to sign. Here's what I'm going to say is this. I'm an advocate of this. I don't know how John feels. I don't like personalizing photos. It devalues the photo.
Learn that on
So
Pawn
if
Stars.
you're
Yeah.
a true collector and you really are into this
That's
professional
right.
wrestling,
That's,
Yeah.
just said the Berzerker, sign Berzerker.
Sure.
that's right. It
Yeah, 'cause-
always kills.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It always kills. Personalization, the one that you thought John Wayne was going to bring $1 million, just went down to 100
That's right. Exactly right.
because
So-
it says to Jimmy Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I've seen 1,000 of those.
I thought, yeah, I agree. Absolutely. And you learn that through watching
Yep.
professional people
Eric,
tell
let
you
us know how
Yeah.
you would like if you would like it made
I learned
out.
it
If you
watching
would not
Pawn
like it
Stars
made
on
out,
History
do you
Channel
want a
today.
message on
Yeah,
here?
Pawn Stars is kind of fun. And
And the Berzerker will sign it right to you, brother.
All right. I think Moniz is ready to
Huh?
Yeah.
depart the
Well,
village.
Well, Moniz, it was lovely to see you.
You've been
Thank you for coming
marvelously patient, dear. Thank
I want to
you.
thank you guys for letting me butt in
Oh, do
tonight.
you want
Our pleasure.
Do you want a
I'll
picture?
pick it up, buddy. Yeah, have a-
Thanks, dear old timer.
John, thank you,
Mr.
my
Cena,
man.
God bless
How about-
you.
how about
God
this
bless
one?
you.
That's great.
This is the exclusive that we had designed.
You look a little bit in the face like a wrestler I know around here. Guy used to wrestle around here.
So you don't want it right now?
Named Dan Terry.
And
Related
I'm
to
bringing
Jenny
those
Terry?
cigars next time. For the 16th?
Yes!
Or is he coming back?
Cigar.
Be
Dan
back
Terry.
again?
You know Dan Terry?
Cigar.
I know you
Rob
wrestled
Terry,
several
I
times
know
that
of.
way.
Dan Terry was a pro wrestler around
we're
here,
gonna
and
be
the
from
eyes and the
Thursday to
face,
Saturday.
not
And
the
if it's
beard.
good weather, I'll
They
tell you
kinda
what
look
we'll do.
similar to
One
him.
of two things.
Kind of a maniacal
If
look.
it's really
Yeah.
good weather,
Polish guy, maybe that's
we'll
the-
come get John. I'll smoke some ribs back at the house. We'll have some barbecue and cigars right in the
Maybe we'll do
backyard.
that on
Oh,
How's that, John?
Yeah.
I might even do
Look
a
at the
brisket.
traps. Look at the
I'm-
definition. Look at the
please.
All
veins.
right? All right?
Good
you
stuff.
know
Thanks,
I
guys. I
thank
really
you.
appreciate
Good
it.
seeing you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Cena. Thank you for
Bye-bye,
coming.
dear.
Thanks for allowing
Can we
me.
have
You guys
that
be
photo?
Appreciate it.
careful.
All right.
Bye-bye, Moniz.
Be
Be
safe.
careful.
Thank you. Have a good
Johnny, a
one.
pleasure as always.
Thanks for stopping.
John, he wants this made out. It says Fridley is a tough guy town.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Is Fridley a tough guy town? Bye-bye, Mo.
Is it tougher than Melrose?
What's that now?
You think Fridley's tougher than Melrose?
I would assume so.
Melrose has got some.
Fridley is a tough guy town. What was that, John? Let's see.
Now we can fit the welcome back hall in the frame.
Please.
Was I in it all?
Yeah.
But by the way, that picture of you.
Yeah.
Your eyes, you look so intent on
No, what,
finding
am I
something
supposed
in
to
that
sign his
building. I don't know
name?
what it was. You look like a hawk.
What's that now?
Well, you
I
don't
don't
want
know
me
what I
to
was
sign
looking
his
for,
name?
though.
You
Nope,
were just
just-
like, this was
Eric,
you. This
you
was
don't
like,
want your name on it, right, buddy?
Really?
you look like the
What did you say,
Terminator.
John?
You just had just a,
Did I look like the Terminator? Cyborg?
Bill, he's asking you.
Oh, sorry.
No.
That can't be a coincidence. The word gets out. I
It's
live
weird,
there.
yeah.
No, it ain't not weird because he knows where I.
Oh
he
yeah, I
knows
was
where
looking at the
live.
camera, right? Yeah, that's probably what
Because
it was.
guys-
You're right. You're right, John.
Yeah.
Guys were, you know, you get down. Guys are talking at Applebee's at this.
There's Animal,
restaurant.
or as Ahmed Johnson calls him, bloated ass Animal.
Is that what he said?
He said something about Animal said something about him, and Ahmed said something back. He said, "Yeah, I don't care what bloated ass Animal has to say." And I thought,
Well,
Animal was kind of bloated at times in '97.
well, Ahmed certainly got very large.
Ahmed did get large, though. At the time, he was a unit back in '96-'7.
Well, Animal is a very strong
Eric, this is for
individual.
you, unless
Also,
tell
you
us
had a
want
run-in with Animal,
personalized,
calling him
buddy.
Joe Laurinaitis. A little disrespectful there, huh?
I might tell John about that after his buddy.
Can I
Yeah.
selectable? Phil D and Charlie are crushing it.
Oh, thanks.
No problem. Thank you.
Yeah.
Seeing you
Look at
putting
the
the tights
power.
on tonight and chasing Mower off the pit road. I'd love to see that.
Oh my, pay-per-view.
Now, do you think that she looks a little bit like Mo from Men on a Mission?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think there are any similarities.
Okay.
Good Lord,
and
Charlie.
John, could you make one out for our favorite restaurant?
I waited at least a couple minutes more after he
Oh my
left.
goodness, Charlie.
Applebee's.
No, not Applebee's.
That would have grabbed me a little bit of heat,
I think so.
just a little bit. Like Chernobyl levels of heat. probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least a
That's
3 Mile
the,
Island.
Yeah,
we're gonna
getting
go
out of
after
the
all. We don't wanna
WWF
say it
tonight,
out
I
loud.
believe.
Where?
Heat. Yeah.
You know,
You
you
might be
remember that
escorted from the
place.
building,
where
my
do you want me to
friend.
sign?
Oh, wherever you want. All right, fans, we have 8x10s, we got 11x14s, we got Fabo Pop,
You know
we
what she
got
reminded me
hot
of? Was
sauce.
Cruella DeVille.
What's that now?
Monique reminded me of Cruella DeVille a little bit.
Really?
Like the fur coat and like the
Charlie.
big hair.
You want me
Charlie's
to
looking to
sign
get on the good
Berzerker?
side of
Yeah.
everybody
No,
tonight.
I'm not saying that as a bad thing. She just had a certain, elegant look about her,
She does. She's a very elegant lady.
like
They're-
Cruella
they're-
DeVille.
They're a lovely couple.
She's definitely not someone who you would pick up off the street corner.
Look
I
at the
think she was making the eyes at John
Probably.
Nord.
What
I
about
think
Phil?
she was ready to dump.
I think she was ready to go after Phil over here. A
I
nice
think she heard
strapping
what
young
John
man.
had to say earlier about Phil's
Yeah.
basement. I don't know what's
The,
going on
the
in
torture
Phil's
device.
basement.
I think there might be a couple devices down there. We're experimenting down there.
Dan
as-
and I are workshopping
as-
a show from you saying,
as
from
Jo-
Phil's basement comes.
As John would attest to, there might be an experiment or two
John
down
is
there.
a creative man.
We think if you
John,
if you
let me
were the
ask
guy
you
from
this.
Saw, they would wake
In
up
all
and they'd
your
have like an
time,
old ECW
did you
show
ever
on
take
the
up
I'm really an
TV.
old
the
bone collector.
creative of the booking aspect of wrestling? Did you ever have an interest in that, or
Of
just for yourself?
Of the what?
Booking.
Booking?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Never thought about it. I'd be honest. I gotta give it a big no.
Who would be a good booker that you met that didn't get a chance to book?
That would be a good booker.
I mean, you got to work with Watts, who was a very good booker.
Well, there's a lot of guys.
You mentioned Ron Denton.
Jake Roberts.
in the Pacific.
Well,
However-
he actually did get a chance.
Yeah, I
Vince
know.
gave him a
Wow.
shot in '96, and he kind of.
Oh, Jake.
Well, that lasted
it
about a
down the toilet.
week.
I think Jake could
I
do a
would
lot of
say-
things today.
You know what?
Yeah, show up at our event.
Well, but, as a booker, he could, yeah.
Well, the problem
No,
is
I
guys
actually
like
regret- I
even
agree.
Hawk. Even Hawk would have been a great booker, but
You
the
think so?
problem is
Hawk?
he was kind of unreliable too.
Yeah.
Hawk of the Road Warriors would have been a good booker.
Oh God, the guy could talk to the poor guy on the street. He could talk to the rich guy. He could talk to everybody and make them feel good.
Show John the picture of the Road Warriors with the poor guy on the street.
Yeah,
Make
oh,
them
if I can find
feel good.
If I can
You
Find
know?
it, yeah.
That's the key.
Isn't
If
that
you
something?
can make your employees feel good and the
Yeah.
wrestlers feel good, they're going to go, yeah, I'll do that job real
Sure.
easy.
John, Eric, who just got the 8x10, wants to know. He said, John, did you work out at the gym in capital letters in Fridley?
Of course, it was owned by Ted.
Oh, yeah, Ted.
Uh,
don't
Ted
should I
Arcidi?
know Ted?
Not Ted Arcidi.
I do another blank.
A wrestler?
But yes,
person,
is
or-
this Eric?
Eric is the one from Fridley that ordered the HIK.
Joe Eric, I live on 6600 Central Avenue.
Remember him, Jungle Jim?
Believe it or not.
The name sounds
that's why
familiar.
he's
It
asking.
looks like
Oh,
1, 2, 3
okay.
Kid on
You worked
roids,
out-
doesn't
Does,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Good
did a
look.
few times, but I mainly worked out at the gym in Plymouth
Oh,
because that's the one my buddy owned and all the wrestlers worked out at. The one in Plymouth. The one in Fridley came years after the one that got famous.
How long have you been in Fridley?
Speaking of Cena, there's a cut out of Cena.
Yeah, I saw that movie, my son.
There was rumors about them actually. I once read off the website.
About a year.
But they were in a little bit of a.
Oh, just about a year?
Yeah.
How do
No,
you
like a
Fridley?
like a.
I like
They were on
Fridley.
the,
Yeah, I like Fridley.
I wasn't gonna ask John
Blue-collar,
Cena Senior about
You know,
that. Like,
nothing
hey,
sky, you know,
Orton and your
nothing's
son.
like
You think I've ever a little closer than
really expensive.
I heard that a couple of times. I don't know if there's any
kind
truth
of
to
a
that.
blue collar area. I do.
I never heard that, but I'm not good.
Okay.
I have no perspective. I don't
I
know.
wonder if Dan knows anything about
What
that.
was the question now?
There's a picture I saw of, I follow this group on Facebook, Forgotten Wrestling Images, and there's a picture of Orton with a cutout of Cena. He's standing there caressing it. And I had read years ago that they had been an item maybe at one point, Orton and Cena.
I don't know about that. I know Orton did kind of some male,
I was going to ask
very,
you.
very, 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 very tame male-orientated activities when he was before OVW and pro wrestling.
Possibly.
Most of, I guess,
Oh,
modeling.
Joe
certain
just
things.
fell. He
Orton
fell
gives me a little bit of a half and half kind of
Joe
vibe.
fell on his ass.
If there was half and half activity, I can honestly say I don't know.
Yeah. I just have an intuition, I suppose, of a half and half.
You have an intuition
Of half
Oh,
and halves.
Some would call it gaydar.
Some would call it that. Well, you know. Anyway, I'll be right back. Let's go to the bathroom, to the John, as they say.
All right there, Charlie.
All I know is I'm looking forward to a delightful meal tonight, John. I'm starving.
Yeah.
You and I did a lot of work today.
Well, yeah.
guys are amazing
You frickin'
fasting.
ran me to death. I don't know if I'll make it to the restaurant.
I haven't ran since the
I haven't got
90s.
fed nothing. I got water, so I ain't
Yeah,
gonna at least
coffee
get
and water. It's like you're in jail.
dehydration. Yeah.
Dan's
Do
the
you need
camel.
another
I
water?
would have been better in jail because I get a bologna sandwich in jail.
Do you need?
There you
You
go.
need another? You want another water?
No, I'm good.
Okay. If you do, we got
Look at
Sprite,
hot.
we got
Yeah,
iced tea.
See, I say when you get a chair, you whap that guy. Otherwise, that kind of shit don't look like it even hurts, in my opinion.
Right
Right.
in on TV, right?
What,
Save the light stuff for the house shows.
with guys of that size, you should. I mean, they can
should-
take it,
If you
huh?
don't pound each other, I'm like, yeah, it's gonna sting, brother, but it ain't gonna hurt you.
Right.
It's gonna sting.
Right.
I
But
agree with you, Matt. Get Nord a Frosty. Brian Owens said Haku is not that tough.
thank you.
J.J. Garrett looks a lot like a young Scott Steiner and certainly has a future if given the right guidance. I don't know who J.J. Garrett is, Michael.
Come on, Ellen.
Should I know him? Is he local to New England? Where is he from? Fox guy John really doesn't drink that much anymore. How many times a year would you say you take a drink, John?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Probably 2 weekends a year.
2 weekends a year.
Around the holidays? Or no?
No, I don't do that. I don't drink around
4th of July.
Christmas and that because that's family, you know.
Yeah.
But I got a few guys that my cousin that owns this milk company that I go down and see because he goes wide open and he's millionaire, you know. So it's always
If our friend Quincy ever found out that you knew someone that owned a milk company, he might try and go back to Minnesota with you. He literally drinks a gallon of milk a day.
well, I drank a 2-gallon chocolate milk yesterday. It's easy to do.
I
It is
tell you this,
easy to do.
I
Chocolate
don't-
milk's different, though.
I
But
don't
that
know
goes
if it
down
made me a
easier.
big kid, like a lot of things.
No, when
do.
I was young, I could drink 3.5 gallons a day easy.
Every week when I do the food shop, and I'd get I think it was a half gallon of that Nestle chocolate milk, and I loved
Yeah.
it, loved it.
Yep.
Yep.
Even though I really wasn't a breakfast guy, they don't sell it like that anymore. You got to get the little tiny kids bottles.
Yeah.
But you can buy a gallon jug of it.
No, they don't sell it anymore. At least in this area.
Mine they do.
Nestle?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And about 4 other kinds. It's kind of in competition,
There's a big chocolate milk competition in Fredley.
And there's a big chocolate milk convention this weekend.
Really?
And no.
Oh, all right. Matt, John doesn't have any milk to drink in honor of Quincy. We're disappointed. We hope everything is all right with Quincy and Eleanor. Hopefully the back door was left open for him on Thursday and he's not passed out in the backyard.
But it gets pretty crazy when you start just looking at everybody's gone,
Yeah,
Isn't it
All
sad?
4 guys, Mike, Joe, Earthquake. The only one that ain't gone is Typhoon.
Typhoon.
Typhoonist, yeah.
You getting a call?
Yeah, there's a private number. Now, who the hell's that? It's John. Hello?
Maybe it's beefcake again.
No, it could be, it could be,
Canned beefcake.
I don't think I'm going to answer that.
Smart.
It's amazing that was his only singles title during his entire WWF run.
What?
The Intercontinental title right here that he won
Yeah,
from the Mountain.
yeah.
But he didn't need it. He was so over.
You're right.
God, you don't need that when you got,
Yeah, I mean, he certainly had a lot of regional championships in his
Oh,
time.
yeah.
you know what the first biggest thing that ever got him popular? You guys know?
The dog collar match? No,
No.
or before that.
I don't know, but I will tell you what I think.
Sure.
What's that?
It's when he beat Jimmy Snook over the head with the
Oh,
coconuts.
wow.
That, the whole country was talking
That was amazing.
because it was that good. It was that funny, especially back then they ain't seen nothing like that.
Still looks like a shoot.
Now
I
they've
mean,
seen it all.
Yeah.
But that was, I mean, everybody was laughing so hard because you degraded this island.
Oh, yeah. You want a
That type
banana?
of deal.
Have
Yeah.
a banana.
Yeah. And I think that's the first thing that really got Roddy sailing.
Sure. You know, earlier, a few years before, Ray the Crippler Stevens had a run-in with Snuka and a little bit of a feud.
Yeah.
And Glassy and Albano,
cool as hell.
they all triple-teamed him. They busted him open, and they gave him 2 pile drivers on the cement floor. And for that time,
For that time,
unbelievable.
I agree.
Unbelievable.
This is what Marty looked like at the studio.
I
back
agree.
in June. We'll see it in a second.
Yeah.
This is it was almost like a reenactment over in the corner.
It was Father's Day and my son's birthday all on the same day. Or
That's
no,
right,
just
it was
Father's-
your son's birthday.
Yeah.
I remember you mentioning it now.
Yeah.
This is what it looked like. Hold on one sec, John. You're going to see what this was how Phil and I spent Father's Day. This is what Marty looked like. Instead of a window, it was a wall.
Right.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right over there by those
I
palm
remember
trees.
this not. No, yeah.
That was a good angle.
That was
Yeah,
a
it
classic
was.
scene,
Too bad he
too.
got fired.
If Charlie were on set, he'd be talking about the mullets right now, the hairstyles.
The moment
I think it suited him.
Oh, I do too. Hey, there was a time when they were cool, so hey,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It reminds you of the Mullets. Who was the 2 weird cartoon guys? You know who I mean? It was like, so.
They had 2 mullets? Each
Yeah,
had a
they had 2 mullets. Yellow hair cartoon. It was a cartoon. And they're the mullet.
I can
to them.
imagine it. The mullet
You've
twins.
heard of these guys.
I'm sure I have.
Oh, I know. The ones
You
that
know what I
kind of
mean. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
what
Weird
was
guys.
Not Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Did they have
Yeah.
bullets? I think that's who he means. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
exactly what I mean.
Okay,
Beavis
that fits
and Butthead.
perfectly. They had the
That was
80s
like that
t-shirts.
1987 mullet.
Yeah.
You know?
I had one.
Did you?
Proud mullet.
I love it. They were
I may
so
grow one out still, we'll
They
see.
were so bad, but everybody was kind of gearing towards the mullet. But
Well,
some
it was a
guys
different
wanted-
time.
Yeah.
When it was business in
It's
front
just funny.
and party in
yeah,
back.
of course. It's funny. Look at Flair's got a little bit of one.
Yeah, he does.
Now, what Alfred Hayes, he was kind of known for a little bit of fellatio, wasn't he?
I don't think so.
That's how-
No,
Roddy
I don't
Piper
think
explained.
so. I
Well,
think he was chasing. He loved
Everybody's got foliage.
the lasses.
I suppose they work for
What,
me.
Alfred Hayes?
Loved the lasses.
I've never heard that. That's
Loved
a
what?
first.
Oh, he used to in Connecticut where he lived. He used to chase. Loved the nannies, the au pairs. He loved.
Really?
He was very friendly with
I
the.
I had heard a lot
the
about him,
nannies
like
and the
in
au
some of
pairs.
the younger
Who are they?
talents in the industry, but never au pairs.
The young women who would come over from England or wherever, because he lived in
pairs?
Connecticut, and for the rich families, they took care of the kids for the rich families when they were working or
Sure,
away
sure,
on
nannies?
trips.
Oh,
they're
yeah, I know what a
nannies. They're
nanny
they're
is,
nannies.
but what are
yeah.
au pairs?
That's the same. That's the kind of the same
okay.
thing. But yeah.
Gotcha.
My good pal Eazy-E, Eric out there, if he's watching, he worked for Titan for a little bit too. And
Yeah.
he used to get he and his wife at the time used to get a Christmas card from Lord Alfred every year. Good dude.
Absolutely. He was a great guy, I thought.
But, I'm not to say that he didn't have other interests
Hey,
too.
listen,
Dan,
here's the thing is the reality is when you got that kind of personnel in the office, it's pretty weird.
Yeah. I
Come
would
on,
would
let's call it
imagine.
the way it is.
Exactly.
My
Yeah.
God.
But to Dan's point, Dan, you're right. He did chase Roddy Piper around once in a very seductive and
Bizarre.
provocative manner, to say the
Bizarre
least.
way.
Yes, before the Ric Flair helicopter. So definitely valid point. Look at Sid's condition then. Good Lord,
What a look.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's too bad his, whatever the issues may have been that have gone on with him, cost him so many great productive years of his career, and then he had that career-altering injury when he jumped off the middle rope. And
Oh, that was awful.
one of the worst injuries I've
Awful.
ever seen.
Oh,
Did you ever see that, John, when he
Yeah.
jumped off the middle rope and
I did.
his leg almost looked like it?
Oh,
Hey, look who it
there he
is.
is.
You think Teresa liked him with the shorter hair?
I don't think it mattered. Teresa loved him since day one, no matter what he did.
Hold on there, Charlie Hustle.
I had a lot of fun wrestling Davey Boy in England on a UK
Oh, those
tour
must have been
every night,
hot.
and
God, look how
Davey,
juicy he
they
looked.
got behind him. It was
Great
great.
heat, huh?
What a unit this guy
Oh my
was.
God.
I like the
For
braids
you,
too.
it must have been
It
an
was so
experience.
easy. It was, but we worked our ass off because it was one of my first tours,
Yeah.
and
Oh, look who it is.
Dan's buddy.
Can't always get what you want, apparently, is what he said.
Yeah. No kidding.
And to think his agents might not have even been born at this point, Dan.
Yeah?
You know?
Yeah?
Well, wait a minute. Aren't his daughters older? In their 40s, maybe?
Brandy
they were
Brandy
kids,
was
but-
born.
Brandy was born.
Oh yeah, Brandy was
That's the pain in
in,
the ass to
in
create a-
Louisiana in '85
Oh, wow.
You're
okay.
good,
And
man.
was he was that with Cheryl or another woman?
with Cheryl.
With Cheryl.
Yep.
Did he ever,
Uh,
is your longtime friend going back to being a little berserker?
Right here, Kurt.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Where did he get the whirly
We
twirl
had
bumps
so much
from? Does
fun.
anyone know?
We ought to.
He would do the whirly twirl
all
bumps.
the world.
You get hit
because-
and you do a
oh,
little,
yeah.
whoop,
Yeah.
little cartoon
That was a
bumps.
great bump. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, one thing about Kurt is we were both playing junior college football, and junior college football was really good in them years. And Kurt had about 15 tackles, He was all over the field. And I'm like, he was only about,
$1.80, $1.70.
yeah, $1.80, $1.90.
Yeah.
But he had those. And in high school, he could go through the ropes, the tires,
Yeah.
amazingly fast because he was only 170
Oh, there he
and he
is.
had great feet. I mean, like NFL great feet, but he just wasn't big. But I always told him that too, and it always made him feel really good, Kurt. Like, it just makes some guys feel good because
It's weird.
That's a good thing to
that was a
remember.
real deal.
It's weird you say that, John, because when I think of Kurt, I think of he was a pretty big guy, but when you look at when he was young, he wasn't that big at all.
No, he was actually small, but
You ever look at
he
his
was
original
one of the
WWF
latest
footage? Oh, my God.
bloomers to ever happen in the history of late bloomers.
In terms of his physical development?
Kurt hit his peak 10 years after high school, you know?
But was he using steroids?
Oh, God, yes.
Like no, I know he was, but did he get all his size from steroids, or he had some natural late bloomer, like you said?
No.
It was all steroids?
But he was so athletic that when the steroids put the meat on, that it all gelled together.
Yeah.
It's like Hawk. Hawk responds very good.
But
But
when
you
you-
notice Hawk's legs are never shown because they're really skinny.
Yeah.
And Hawk never trained back, and his back wasn't big, but his pecs and arms and traps, he trained the hell out of.
But when you guys got off juice, I don't think you guys really shrank much.
Well, certain guys size, certain guys didn't. Certain guys
Well, I'm
lied
talking the
better
Minnesota
than
men,
the
the
other
Minnesota
I
guys.
want to let you know, certain guys lied better than others. Like Animal kept going, well, I'm coming off slowly. My doctor says to taper down, so I'm tapering down. And it's like, hold it, motherfucker. You can't be on and everybody else gonna be off. Stop the shit.
Well, the general rule was at that point the percentage had to drop, right, with every test. Isn't
Well,
that
that's just a bunch of
Well,
bullshit.
isn't
I
that
mean,
what they
it's
were-
got to go away after about 3-4 weeks. Otherwise, you're fucking still on the shit. When Vince said stop, he made it very clear. Off. No taper. Don't talk to me about tapering. Get off. And then now your job's in order.
But some
here we
guys-
go again. It's a fucking vicious circle.
But John, what I'm trying to say is some guys stopped and it didn't affect them as much as other guys
Oh,
did.
absolutely, because
A guy like Brett, it affected less than a
Kevin.
guy like, say, Hawk. Because he used different things, his genetics were different, he used different amounts,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
guys, they
yeah.
lost only 10 pounds, some guys lost 50. It just depended on the guy.
Right, but you lose the hardness, the vascularity.
Yeah.
It's you look like a different person, and now that everybody was all gassed up, once you all come down, the fans are even going, oh, he don't look as intimidating as he used to look.
And that's what I think problem with some of the wrestling today, some of the wrestlers, you could say they're not on steroids, which is good, but sometimes they don't look intimidating enough.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
I
Some of them
believe
look
me, I
like they
don't
should be
claim
in
to
porn.
understand-
Like
I
I'd be
don't
watching them in
understand
porn
it all.
more
I
than
got
wrestling.
no
You know?
occasional.
You know what I'm saying, Phil?
Just call
Some of
everybody
them
a
look like they should be
pussy
in
and
porn
tell me to
stars.
kick his
More porn
ass.
movies than wrestling.
I love the way you
Especially
think.
the
What
twink,
do you think of Jack Tunney, John? Do you ever deal
Jack
with him
was
at
a
all?
good guy.
Was
Yeah, he is a good guy.
I seriously I've watched wrestling
He
matches
gets
where the
an
guys
old
look like
fucking
they
Irish
I'm like
man.
I've
He's
seen
like
these
a-
guys in
he's
gay
like
porn
an
before. I know I
adult
have. You know what I mean?
beverage.
Oh my God!
hey.
You think so?
Well, if they have just a mustache,
He
then
kept
it's
the
possible.
bottle
It's
in his
possible,
desk
yeah.
drawer.
Jack
Never met him.
Niehoff and Buck Naked.
You know, he reminds me of the old boxer,
Charlie,
Jack
Charlie.
Dempsey.
I have it off
In
colors.
moderation.
Well, kind
Yeah,
of the
well,
same deal.
When you
Jack.
have a computer and you're bored
Yeah,
you're
there's so
so
much more to learn.
and you're
People
15,
are
you're just
asking
kind of
about
your
figuring it
sign,
out.
Phil.
What's that?
They're asking about your sign.
Oh, my sign back
They want to know
there.
what's up with Welcome Back Hall.
Well, I couldn't fit Cotter back on
Were
there,
you
so I
upset when you
put
turned
it
heel in
all.
that show? When you turned heel at the end of the show?
No, not at all. Because I think that's the part of the appeal was the heelish nature
He was just
and
welcoming
the
him
bad
back.
guy, you know.
See, one thing too is like, you should see Davey walk down the aisle in the fucking UK in London. That's what I worked with him. I mean, that match made me feel so good because that fucking place. Now I know what
Electric.
the fucking Hogan and all this fucking just exploding, and fuck, it was.
Did you feel the electricity
they
go
they
through you?
love that Davey so much over there. Oh my
Sure.
God.
You must have felt safe because he was so strong too.
Well,
I mean, he could,
yeah,
I mean,
and Davey knew it was going to be stiff, like the boots and that are going to be stiff from me, but
Oh my God.
Davy's so dense
Sharing
and
with her-
muscular, he ain't gonna hurt him.
Assets.
Not at all.
Fuck.
Not at
I didn't
all.
realize.
But it's just a privilege, you know?
Yeah.
Here's a guy you might know, John, Ted DiBiase.
Oh, one
Fuck
of his
him.
favorites.
Okay.
Again, folks, we got these
Fuck
bad boys
him.
available.
He's a weasel.
Beautiful autograph.
Teddy would be
by
always
Ted.
chasing the pussy and go, yeah,
This
God, look at
exclusive
her.
And in poster
She's
size.
nice. And I'd look and go, oh my God, she's the roughest. She's so rough looking.
Maybe he saw the inner beauty, John.
I think so.
You know? Well, why is he a weasel
I don't
for
care. No, Ted, because we go way back and fucking couple times with Ted. He'd come up to you and say, hey, brother, how you been? He'd tell you all about his family. Then right when you say one word about your family, he says, I gotta go.
that? Oh, yeah, those people.
He's the kind of guy who'd start
That's what I
talking.
try to explain.
Yeah.
You know, it's that kind of shit. I stop. I draw the line. We're done.
Would he
Fuck
come,
you.
Would he come up and talk to you about himself for like 10 minutes and then turn to you and say,
Like a half hour.
And then he'd say, John, enough about me. Let's talk about you.
No.
What do you think of me? No, that's what he would say.
Oh, what do you think of me?
me?
I like that.
That's a good point. You know, actually, no.
Smooth worker, though. I'll give him that.
Ted was,
Very
but
good.
he's a fucking Jaime. You know who couldn't stand him worse than anybody I knew was Kurt Hennig.
Really?
Kurt wanted to just fucking,
Interesting, 2 second generation wrestlers too.
yeah. Well, Kurt, because you're like dogs drawing piss in the sand and
You know who I
don't
thought he
come
was gonna
across
say?
this line.
I thought honestly you were gonna say Rude. I didn't think you were gonna say Henry. I thought you were gonna say Rude didn't like him.
No, Kurt didn't like him because he'd come up to me and go, that fucking DiBiase, he's such a fucking Jaime. That fucking cocksucker, he's fucking, I'm standing there with like a country western singer or something, and Ted would just bogart right in. Like, no fucking, like Willie Nelson or something. He'd bogart right in, like,
I got you.
and just all of a sudden his body language would be an inch away from the movie star that we've been drinking with on and off for 6 months. Now
Yeah.
Ted wants to get on the fucking no one.
He would cozy
I
up.
thought
Yeah, it just
Now-
and it was so flagrant.
A
it,
man
it was
that-
pathetic.
a man that Rude
Personal
apparently allegedly hated was Flair. I heard Rude did not like Ric Flair at all.
Oh, there are a lot of guys that didn't like Flair, but yeah, and Rude didn't like a lot of guys, and a lot of guys didn't like Flair so they're in a big category there.
Any
But you're
reason
right.
why a guy like Rude just because like was he just a two-faced guy, backstabber kind of?
No, it was just like no, well, yeah, in some ways, but it was all about him and nothing about anybody else except he could talk a good game and hey brother this, brother that, love you brother this, brother that. It was all totally insincere.
Oh.
And when you find out a guy that's insincere, you find out his insincerity, and the guy's busted, then he's done. You ain't gonna have no friends in the fucking locker room. You might out here.
I always liked Ted. He has been good to me
Oh,
over the years.
fuck.
Well,
Well, yeah,
Marty had
but
some
you're
good
not a wrestler.
Well, okay.
He's fucking pathetically bad. I'm telling you, I don't just start spouting on this shit. But I might, Ted Ted can be very nice. He's a minister. He came to my church.
Did he?
Yeah, in Brooklyn Park. And
I know a former mayor there too, of a former mayor.
yeah,
there.
yeah. Brooklyn Park.
Who's
Jesse
the mayor?
Ventura.
Jesse.
Oh, Jesse was
Before he
married.
was the governor, he was the mayor
Yeah,
of that.
yeah.
Oh, you know,
that.
I can't even do a Jesse Ventura, but I can't believe that was his shoot name.
Experience we had with the
No, his
National.
name is
Jesse-
Jim Janos.
Right.
Jesse Ventura's real name was Jesse Ventura.
No, it isn't.
It isn't?
It's
No.
Jim Janos.
Janos.
I grew up with him.
Janos?
Yep.
Janos.
That's a sweet name, Jim Janos. Sounds like a jobber in the AWA.
Yeah.
Jim Janos,
Don't
guy
call
of down in
that-
Minnesota.
Here's a quiz question, either for the viewers at home or
what do we
John. Speaking of Jesse and his stage name, Jesse Ventura, don't answer, but you can tell us if you know, and maybe the
Okay,
viewers at home
I
will
won't
know.
answer.
Where did he derive his name, particularly his last name, from? and just think about it. Don't
I know.
answer. You know then, all right?
I think I
Curious
might
to
know.
see if our smart fans might know where the Jesse
That's a good question. I like
stage name
nice,
came from.
legit question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
No
get.
Googling.
Should I take
Google
a guess?
Machine.
Should I take a
No, you
guess?
should. Well, you could.
I'll tell you what his
I know
first
what it
wrestling
is.
name was
To
too.
tell us. Oh,
Jim Janos.
What was his first?
What was his?
See, this might not even be in the books, but I'll tell you what
I'd
it
like
was.
to know.
Surfer Jesse Ventura.
Really?
Surfer Jesse Ventura. Yep.
Well, you know, I don't know that.
They-
the
they- I
I don't know
remember-
that the tide is pretty. I don't know that the waves get too big in those
That
many
was
lakes
almost a
of
hint to
Minnesota.
where he got his last name.
Yeah,
so
it
I gotta
is.
be
It
careful.
is. Boom, boom. Yes.
But kind of on the rails.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So I think I'm right. I
think you're
I think
right.
we're both on the same page here.
I think you're on the right road, so to speak.
Yeah. You did fucker. You knew. But see now, Jesse, let me tell you something. Jesse, I've known since I've been 15 years
Yeah.
old because he played junior college football with my brother.
Yep.
And
We can write a book about Minnesota. Or a movie.
But his gym, you guys, you couldn't have done a movie.
And we
You
got
couldn't do a
Haku.
movie
On
his
Minnesota,
gym.
Dangerous
Minnesota
man.
boys.
Toughest man in
The se- the
professional
second
wrestling.
toughest man.
I
Yeah,
think
he
it-
took out a 5'1" trucker's eye at the bar.
Do you think John C. Manicus Riley could take Haku?
In a battle
Yeah,
of the, in
because
the
I
battle
think
of the
you
throws.
grab something dirty, a foreign object, and use it on him.
Did you hear that, Manicus?
That's fucking Davies.
They're
What
both
a
fro
villain.
bros, though. They both are sporting the nice.
We think you could take Haku. You want to come out here? We got the seat.
You're in the
Wanna
hot
hide?
seat.
You want to hide in there? All right, well, we can only invite.
Haku, what a tough guy.
Nate Nolan. There's a foot for good measure, Davey.
Haku was done with WWF at this point. I don't remember who he was a replacement for. I think him and Nikolai Volkov, one of them replaced Marty Jannetty, and one of them replaced, I don't know if it was Brian Knobs injured? But those were the two replacements,
No
Haku
kidding.
and Nikolai.
Oh, great
Ooh,
pile driver.
Nice pile
Good
driver.
pile driver. Good pile
That's
driver.
crisp.
Would you consider Haku a good worker?
Yeah.
No. Just not the toughest man in wrestling.
It's fucking not even close.
Who do you think would take it in the shoot, Berzeri or Haku?
What is with all these?
It
dirty
depends. Is it a
questions?
humbling match or is it a bar
I
fight?
mean a fight.
Oh, in a shoot.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you meant. I thought you said the poop shoot.
No.
All
a
right.
fight. Berzeri or Haku?
Who's the first guy you said?
The Sheik.
Khosrow.
Oh, fucking Haku would kill him.
Really?
Cosgrove is
Really?
not a fighter, you guys. He was an amateur wrestler, very good when he was young, but he's not a puncher. He's not a fighter. He's not a all right, fucking boom, boom,
If
fuck
you had
you.
those curved boots.
Speaking of tough men who couldn't
I
fight,
want
Shawn
to tell
Michaels
you
is
he's
out
not a
next.
fighter. Huh?
Who's 0 for. I said, speaking of tough men who can fight, Shawn Michaels is out next.
Oh, you wait until you hear the John Doerr Dark Side of the Ring episode we did today on the
can't wait.
Montreal Screwjob.
Oh man, I wish I were here.
When is that coming out? What week is it?
Actually, I think it's going to be this Thursday night.
I'm there. I'm in.
We're going to take a break from the WWF timeline a little bit, and we're
like
going to
it.
jump into a different look.
I like it.
Isn't that something? Flair would
Nice
go on to have his
backdrop.
WWE retirement match against that.
I
man.
am. Yeah,
put
this is one of the
let's
earliest
put it in
meetings
his
of
head.
This is one
But
of the
he
earliest
took a
meetings.
hell of a backdrop.
Yeah.
Flair always takes a hell of a backdrop.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels looked like $1,001 right here.
Yeah.
This
He
was
looked good.
before he started to get a little hefty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still thought he looked okay with some weight on him. Not terribly. Just
Nah, he was training hard right there.
I
drank
don't know
hard.
about you, John, but you know what? I
So-
think match for match, as far as variety goes, I think he's the best.
Yeah, he's
HBK?
very
Yeah.
good. Very.
I've gone through a time
You
thinking
talking about
that
Shawn
too.
I'm
Michaels?
talking about Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, he's a great worker, but here's the point.
He's up there, but I can't give a number. I think Kurt Angle is a little bit of past
But
Shawn
you know-
Michaels.
You know what?
I do too.
Not horrible. Not a horrible pick. But I think I just think Michaels had so much more variety with every single opponent he worked with in main event matches.
Oh, now you got this fucking spot. He copied that fucking nut spot on
If
that.
you look
From
at,
who?
especially his runs,
From me. I
From
did
you?
it every night in the spot shows because
You
fucking,
crotched yourself on the top rope?
every night it was just part of my go-to fucking bump I took in the spot shows, not TV necessarily.
Tito, arriba!
I didn't know he did that.
El Matador.
Ibzan wants to know, John, what did you get for a payday for the Royal Rumble? You remember?
My guess would be
Maybe 5?
probably between 10 and 15.
Oh.
I think more to closer to 10, but
There were a lot of guys on this
the
show
best payday was, I think, SummerSlam 92.
when you worked the
Oh,
Turnbuckle.
115,000
Wow.
people.
Yeah.
Wembley Stadium.
It was about 80,000.
No, it was 100.
Was your overflow?
No, it was 110.
The largest crowd they claim to date is when they
Is
did
Orlando.
2,000 in Dallas.
Okay, well,
Anyway,
but that was, I think
what
it has
was
to
the
do.
payday for that one?
Well, I'm gonna Google because that's all I know how to do.
Do you want to put another 20 on it?
Uh,
I bet you 20.
what was the? Fuck.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so what how am I gonna say
Do
this?
you want to put another 20?
No. So you're
Dan-
gonna fucking
Dan-
know
Dan
me
the
anyway.
gambling man.
For
Hustling John
these
North.
fucking 40 hours I'm
You're
doing.
right about that.
You fucker.
Hustling John
Because
North
I
over here.
wouldn't do it for anybody but you. I would go, I think I'm getting a little sore. I think I'm going home tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
You fucking cracked the whip.
Tomorrow?
Who sits and does this shit for 12 hours? Other guys, you
Tomorrow?
go in for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're
You don't
saying.
get the fucking truth. You
Easy.
end up crazy. So I got to tell you the truth. SummerSlam, Wembley Arena, 1992. The audience, how many people?
I can Google that for you, John.
80 fucking thousand.
Yeah.
Well, what happened to the 110? Where was the 110?
There were 30,000 in the Felt Forum, maybe.
Yeah, right? They never pushed
The overflow.
100,000 for that one.
Oh,
John.
we've got, is that?
They kept telling me it was
Barbarian?
over
Yeah,
100.
Sione.
110.
God, he looked huge. Everyone's off the gas,
Strong
right? But
as
he looks
hell, and
Now, where would you...
It just goes to show you, I am not a fucking detail guy, but I will. But I do tell a true story on.
we believe you.
Now these guys are going
on
to have a
people.
program,
Now,
Tito
what'd
and
you get for a
Sean.
payday for that one?
WrestleMania 8, Tito and Sean. We're gonna have the
Yeah.
match.
I got 25,000.
Wow. And that didn't even make the pay-per-view.
I know.
Jesus, that was a dark match.
If you're gonna fucking make any sense of this shit, it's futile.
Yeah.
Why did Vince? Why did I get 25 grand for a fucking thing that I didn't even have to do
Right?
nothing.
But hold on, Dan. Didn't Kamala say he got 13 for the SummerSlam spot with Taker?
Yeah.
But he also said that Taker got something ridiculous, like
500.
600,000
Let
or
me
something
tell you,
like
no,
that.
Kamala, they
No.
screwed him bad.
I could see Taker
and you
90.
know why.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh, yeah.
if Taker got
And you know
30,000,
why.
40,000, I
Well,
could see
Kamala,
that.
I think, was his own worst enemy in a lot of ways, as far as the medicine.
No, they give him less
that
because
always surprised
fucking
me,
he
man.
was
But
a
he-
black guy
but
and he
he
was
walked
dumb
up-
guy from Mississippi.
And he walked out on them twice.
But what? No, but
But
let's talk about this.
this is the fucking the mentality back then, you guys. A black guy from Mississippi. I don't care if the guy was a fucking genius and had 170 IQ. Let me tell you something. They automatically on pay shit.
Sure.
It's just how it was. It was fucking
Well,
pathetic, but it's when you couldn't get away with
Let's
it.
have it just a
Or,
talk.
I mean, you could
John,
get
you
away
say
with
you
that.
got paid 25 grand for SummerSlam 92.
I swear I did.
Kamala says 13 grand for a featured match
I
on
know.
SummerSlam 92.
Now I'm trying to tell you,
So-
there is no method to these motherfuckers' madness. There never has been.
And hey, there's been stories of, what was it, Kevin Nash was saying he got X, and then his buddy on the outside got more than that because it wasn't even in the
Well,
match.
Wayne Bloom got 14 grand on some pay-per-view that he just walked by the ring and held a leg. You know,
That's
I
wow.
mean,
Good work. You
Yeah,
got it.
yeah. Well, and Wayne was shocked. You know, Wayne's like, The best payday I ever got out of Vince was 14 grand. All I did was hold a boot for a half second and go back.
It's great.
So yeah, I mean, it's great pay, but you don't know what's going to be in that
But
mailbox,
then you're in a
man.
match. You're in a match going 15 minutes. The next show, and you get set.
Yeah, you do a half hour, bust your balls, and you open it up, and it's 6 grand. You know,
you're right. There's
You
no
never know
logic
what
or
to
reason.
expect.
you never, and especially when you do that death walk down to the mailbox, you know,
Yeah.
and you and your wife are waiting.
And,
Yeah,
and back
and not
then,
knowing.
you only
Yeah.
had 4 big shows. So those were your big paydays.
Yeah.
You know? So you
Yeah.
had 4 big shows, and so let's say you got paid 10 grand or 15 grand. Yeah, that's great money, but you're taxed on that, and you only got maybe, 60 grand? And then you have to,
Yeah.
for what you're
right.
doing, and then the
Yeah,
road expenses.
Exactly.
You know?
But yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know what the NXT
Did I
guys
ever
are now
tell you
making,
guys
Dan,
the
but
story
I can only
about with
imagine.
me and Davey Boy and Kerry
Yeah.
Von Erich in the middle of the night when Kerry roomed with Davey Boy, and I was right next door to him, and Davey said, "Come on over and get a few perks," and I didn't know Kerry was in the room. And Kerry is limping around. I didn't even know Kerry had 1 foot.
So you knew. So that was the first time you.
But
Davey knew?
But Davey's laughing, and I'm going, Eric, give me a couple. Who's rooming with you? He goes, he's been hobbling around all night trying to steal my pills. Thinking Davey's sleeping, you know, and Kerry's doing the hobble, trying to be quiet,
Trying to be
and
like
trying
the
to
repo man.
steal. He opened up a bag, and Davey, nothing.
wow,
And
really?
when you got the pills, you keep them on you
Yeah.
as you sleep
Yeah.
if you're a wrestler.
Did you
Wow.
did you know he had a foot missing at that time?
I never asked because I didn't care. I heard, but
Yeah.
I thought, God,
And he
it's
was dead.
always
I mean, he
supposed
was dead a year after this. So
I know, and Kerry was
Yeah,
a
13
really
months, yeah.
good guy, and Kerry was very self-conscious about it, so nobody ever talked about it. Nobody ever said anything. It was just, look at Darce.
I wonder what was in the boot to make him be able to balance.
I don't know, but you can't even tell that he
I
only
don't
got
know,
one
some
foot.
kind of partial prosthetic, but he was so athletic that he pulled it off.
I mean, just look at his movement.
It is incredibly impressive to have
Yeah.
that ability.
He was so athletic.
And also the reason for the tassels on the boots, I think, too, so that
hide.
you don't see
Yeah,
the.
maybe, yeah, that's a good
Exactly.
observation, Phil,
Yeah.
I thought it was a style thing because I
Like
think the tassels
Dingo
look pretty
Warrior
cool.
stuff.
Well, they do look cool, certainly, but.
Actually, no one even does tassels now, which is a shame. And actually, ring gear. I don't know. Actually, we never talked about this. If you look at the wrestling gear of today, the gear is so much different now. It seems more like a costume now than you know what I mean.
More than athletic wear, maybe.
It's almost like.
Yeah.
Almost like a space age technology using some of this gear as opposed to standard trunks and
Yeah.
boots and tights and, you know. I miss the days when the guys could just have some big underwear looking trunks like what Flair and Von Erich have. Now it's almost very,
Yeah.
it's just a different look.
Yep.
Just different, that's all.
I want to see Nord fight Haku in the studio.
Hey,
Imagine
just
that.
fresh out of Annie's ton.
At
Oh, wait a
62
minute.
years old, geez, wouldn't that be fun?
No, I don't think.
But as
he
long
is.
as you got a good right punch, you're gonna hurt a guy.
You know, I love how in the days of like now when the rumbles happen, you come in, you hit a big spot, a big move. You got a guy like Valentine comes in, runs in, gives a kick and an elbow. Just doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flair, Valentine laying it in.
He was about done at this point too.
Yeah, great, very charismatic. I mean, he.
Oh, yeah, Greg?
Well, no, I mean, look at it.
Well,
Look,
he had a great name.
he was able to be so charismatic. He decided to put the hammer on his trunks before they were just plain, right?
Yeah.
Or they
He
just
did that so Annie could find him in the dark.
maybe. Maybe Annie was the love of his life. Maybe we make fun of this, but we really don't know the true love story behind it.
Well, Brutus dedicated a chapter in his book to it.
Man, so Al Snow took 3 pages talking about a guy shitting his pants. Brutus talks about Annie for a chapter. And yet
Well,
these people had legendary careers, and they decided to take
Well,
time out
first
of their
of all,
day to write
The
about
only thing you got to watch with
these
Annie is
things,
be
you know?
careful. She's a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
who cares if
come
you like to
on.
eat a little butthole?
Now.
You know, who cares?
It was just a
There's
skill
a
she had. It was
time.
like Lanny Poffo.
There's a time
You know, I believe if everyone could do what Annie Poffo did, no one would leave their
you will
home.
have to give an account to someone someday if you keep cranking on Annie. And he's called God. Swear
Now,
to God,
Sarge-
it freaks me out. So don't do
no.
the Annie too much.
No.
Because I don't like, I get nervous. Like, honestly, guys, I picture
really-
Annie sitting there going, "No, I thought those guys liked me, and they're talking just horribly about
You
me."
want to know the funny? I do like Annie.
You make fun of
just-
her awfully
I
a
think
lot.
it's hysterical that, you know, she was almost like a trick-or-treater every time that
Hey!
the guys.
Nikolai.
Nickel
Well,
and
the
dime
town and-
Volkov.
A few guys.
Well,
Not
yeah.
most guys. It was too rough.
He was definitely
too rough.
was he still
Too
at the company
rough
this whole
looking.
time?
Oh.
Yeah.
Nikolai could still take care of himself. He was a great athlete. God bless him. Clean living. And again, amazing that the Sheik has outlived him, but you know.
God,
He was
is
still
that how
working
it
up
always
until
goes?
the day he died.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
you
that how
gonna
it
join
always
us, John
goes?
C?
He came to an arena one
Thank
mile
you,
away
sir.
from me, and I wish I went to see him at that point. It was probably one of his last appearances, Nikolai.
Is this the last match of the show?
Yes.
Okay. Figured.
You know, I know Sergeant Slaughter's dad was had a roofing company, construction in Minnesota, and Sarge worked as a roofer.
Yep.
And word has it that at one point on the roof with Sarge was a young Cosgrove, Aziri, earning some extra money. I can only imagine
Maybe.
the scene of Sergeant Slaughter and the Iron Sheik working together on a roof somewhere
Yeah,
in
I
Minnesota.
don't.
I heard that. I wanted to.
When they
Well,
looked
maybe,
at it,
maybe, but
Yeah.
Before he was a wrestler?
I would
No,
bet
some-
that
a lot
it
of the
never
guys would do
happened.
it.
No,
even
you don't
then.
think so? Cosgrove wouldn't be on a roof?
He wouldn't be
What's
in
his name?
Minnesota.
I guess Ruben.
Oh, when he was
Ruben's
with
good
Vern?
money, I
Yeah.
guess,
With-
if you can-
well,
Training and doing all that?
Tony Gurria
Well,
used to do a lot of
Yeah,
roofing,
you're
didn't
right.
he?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It depends on what
I
causes
thought
first
I
year
heard
in
that.
Minnesota.
I
mean,
thought
just
maybe.
Yeah,
That might have, it's before your time too, a little bit. I know.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what, but I don't see it happening. I don't
No.
see Sarge even wanting him on the roof.
Right,
I mean,
right.
He don't. Sarge.
Fair enough.
Sarge is a pretty blunt
Minnesota's a
dude.
lot of-
Well,
Yeah.
you know what?
And he's
The
like-
Captain
Dan
Moran-
said
no,
that
we don't
Sergeant
know.
Slaughter
Yeah.
gave some
Yeah.
fellatio. Is that true?
Now here's you guys better know his real name.
Getting hair.
His what?
His
Bob
real
Raymond.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jungle
thank you.
Boy.
That's pretty.
Every time.
But it's
Every
funny,
time.
Minnesota.
Dan, what do you say about Sergeant
Everybody
Slaughter?
knows.
What's
Bob
that?
What do you say about Sergeant Slaughter? What he liked to do?
Oh,
Like a little fellatio, from what Marty said.
Don't
Italian dessert?
There's no way.
Italian
Now,
dessert.
Marty, next time I see Marty, I'm gonna go, Marty,
What's with
where
the
do you
Italian
get this
dessert
shit
sauce?
about Slaughter?
Gelato,
Come
hey,
on.
Gugine, hey, fellatio,
way.
hey.
No
Pulls it
fucking
straight out of the
way.
Chattahoochee.
Right out of the
Listen, he's
Chattahoochee,
been at the Tallahatchie Bridge too long.
Look at Boss Man.
Him and
laying
Bobby Gentry singing the
I fought the law
Tallahatchie.
and the law
When
won.
did John
No,
C. get
that-
electrocuted?
He does work in the control room.
I am
Anyone
dead.
guess the origins of Jesse Ventura's name?
I'm going to guess Ventura is going to be out of California for the city or the beach.
Yes.
You're on the right track.
I'm
big
I
time.
have
assuming-
no idea
I'm
about
assuming
Jesse.
it's not.
Let's just say it
I'm
before they
We
guess it.
can look back and see if they guess.
I'm assuming it's not. It's too early for it to even be Ace Ventura.
Yeah, way, way.
Yeah.
I don't think he was
God.
right about the pet detective.
This is
Dan's on the California right track.
1973.
Was it
Song
because of the beach?
song by a group called America
Okay.
called.
Horse with
Ventura
no name.
Highway.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, it's a highway.
It's a
okay.
highway, and yep.
So I was wrong.
No, you were right. This is
all
in
right.
California, Dan. You were right on. This is Ventura, California. So no, you were on
But
the path.
where did Jesse come from? Do you know that or no?
Me?
Jesse
Either of you.
James.
Might have been a Jesse James sort of thing, or there was a.
Well,
Jesse-
here's what I can tell you. When I was working at it, when I worked at his gym out of high school in '77, I found a letter that he wrote to superstar Billy Graham.
Wow.
And it was an older letter. And I don't know why it was in the drawer of the desk, but I did read it. He wasn't a freak or nothing, but
The man in the green is gonna be with
Mr.
us
Graham, I've
16.
idolized you
Said,
my whole
Santana?
life. I want to be
Santana.
just like you.
Wow.
You know, and all
I'm shocked
that,
that I got
which
that.
is fine. But it just shows you we all got to start somewhere.
Hercules.
And
I'll tell you a true story about. I
Never
wrote.
heard
hurt.
Carlos?
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay.
Look at poor her.
Oh,
Just
big
blown
boot.
up getting to the ring.
He
This
kind of
is
looks like Doug Furnace. You kind of
Yeah,
run it, you
doesn't he?
know? Yeah.
His punches
Doug
were really
Furnace.
convincing.
He was not the
God, I
Hercules of
didn't-
Mid-South by this
I
point.
was being
No.
sarcastic.
I was
said
with
those
that furnace
punches are
for
really
a
convincing.
fucking whole year
Got
in
him in the corner.
Oh,
Japan.
were you
As
now?
I was
And-
just saying, he was just about
Yeah.
done.
He's no longer with us either, is he? I think he's
God, what a
passed on.
power lifter he
Yeah,
was.
amazing.
He was a great power
yeah,
lifter.
many records.
And but when you when you meet him and talk to him, it looked like a guy that wasn't even
Schmink.
you know, I mean, he was kind of short,
Okay, good.
and
But
he
very
didn't
explosive
look like,
and
oh,
athletic.
he was really explosive.
Yeah.
He didn't miss a beat in the ring either.
Yeah, he was quite a performer.
weird.
He was.
Right
He
next to you.
was. I gotta give it to
we had
him. But
been
that I was
next to
saying is
you.
I didn't know him before
Yeah, 'cause
Japan. I
usually
got
I'm
over there and I
over
started
there.
watching this
Oh,
guy
okay.
going, what
Well,
the
we'll put you on the
fuck?
hot
Amazed
seat,
like
baby.
And then
everyone else
his
was.
records, you know, he squatted
Senior likes to keep assistants,
9.
apparently.
I know.
It's
he was-
staggering, isn't it?
He was worried
yeah,
about 6
and
inches.
Amazing.
yeah, he just
Don the Bob is disappointed that there's no Quincy for the Frosty Challenge.
I know. Hey, we called
Well,
and
maybe
called
tomorrow
him,
night.
offered a
Who
ride.
knows?
now
Yeah.
Ray Traylor could move.
Yeah, wow.
There's right there is a football
could he.
player from the University of Chattanooga, and he was good,
No
Where is
kidding.
this
but he didn't want to
Albany,
work
New York.
out.
Oh.
Someone's in a broom.
Come
That
on,
was
Ray, you're
not-
better than that.
Where's the Bruins jersey?
It was up towards the right.
I'm not surprised. Albany's right on, not too far from the border.
Yeah, but they got 2 hockey teams, don't they? New
Bu-
York?
They've got a few. Buffalo Sabres.
Islanders and
Boston
Rangers.
New York
probably
Islanders,
would've
New
been-
York
The
Rangers.
Bruins probably would have been closer, believe it or not, than
And Buffalo's close to Pittsburgh, too, so there's a lot
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
The
Not
Birds.
sure if it would work in Green Canyon. Anyone
Penguins.
said it? Yes, we are, very much. Oh, aren't you good, Chris?
Chris Steves?
He was offering to send us dinner. But he doesn't know if it'll work because he's in Canada.
I think you can do that.
Let's try.
Chris,
What a
maybe
good-
This
tomorrow-
tight son of a bitch ain't bought me nothing. He's starving me today,
maybe
you
the-
guys.
Chris-
He's fucking.
if you want to do
Come
that,
on and get those
maybe
alligator
tomorrow night
arms.
would be good because by the time the order comes through,
You're
When
gonna
a
be
guy
cruiserweight.
makes
This
an
thing will
offer,
be
you
over.
take it.
Yes.
He just put it off for a day. You don't ever do that.
What?
Knows nothing about salesmanship. When a guy offers,
Don't put him on the
you
lot.
take it. You
You
don't
should put him
put
on the
it
lot,
off a
actually.
day.
Yeah,
I
it'd be great
know
on the
Chris
lot,
Steves.
so-
He's
I know, but I'm
Yeah,
just
he's a
saying.
very
I'm
corny
not
salesman.
manipulating. I'm just having fun, kind of. But,
Right,
but I
later,
don't
later.
get. I just say myself. Yeah, sure. But
But see, my
yeah.
thing is, if he used one of those order apps, by the time he put the order through and it got here, this is probably going to be over because it's almost over now.
Okay, well there I feel you on that.
Yeah. So that's why tomorrow night, if Chris wants to join us, I think it would be perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially you haven't mailed them the stuff yet.
It's-
Well, I'm pretty sure he won. I'm glad someone
Oh,
finally
the
won.
airplane spin.
All the
You know,
shit.
Piper wasn't that
Everybody's
great of an
ran.
in-ring guy
Three
either.
people
You know, he
Let
wasn't
the-
much of a wrestler.
let the
Probably more of a
package
heel
go to waste.
than a face, anyway,
John.
in terms of
Look at all
wrestling
those
style.
prizes
Yeah.
over there. That's a lot of good stuff.
Is there?
Piper was an entertainer more than a wrestler.
I know. I don't know. I guess.
See,
You're
now,
right, Chris.
now what
Quincy
you should
was
have
in a
done is
pretty
why
good
don't you
mood
just
this
take him
week.
by
I
the
don't know
rope
if
and
it
just
was
dump
his
him over? He's
medication or
asleep.
what?
Yeah.
He was talking a little less to himself.
Medication.
Sometimes
Medication.
he'll shut the women's room door and we hear.
Oh, look at Jake.
Hey, it's Jake
Yeah,
Roberts.
one time he left the mic on, remember?
Jake actually.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Jake actually
And
was on the gas
he,
there.
He
Been
makes like
kinda-
weird
I heard
little
that.
squawks.
It didn't kinda
I don't
normal.
know.
He'll go,
Jake is
Like
he is the
mini-me.
least dedicated workout guy on the face of the
Who,
earth.
Jake?
God,
He's the what?
has no idea how to work out.
Probably
ever.
not.
All these years. No, he don't know how to work out. And he does
he
one
knows how to
set,
work
takes
people
20
on the
minutes.
rings, I'll tell
Oh,
you
for
that.
sure.
Oh, wait a minute. I think we have another one, John. Let's see. I was talking to that John, not you.
Yeah, I
sorry.
know.
We've had 3 Johns on the set tonight.
It's like a brothel in here.
Yeah.
David
My
Watson.
name is Larry. This is my brother Daryl and my other brother Daryl.
Daryl.
You
What
remember
David
that?
Watson
Yeah,
on?
Bob
Let's see.
Newhart.
Yeah, good stuff.
David,
That shit
he
got
ordered
over.
number 1.
I love that.
David Watson, are you in the room right now, my friend?
Was Jake a heel at this point? Or he's still babyface.
If you do,
Good
let us
question.
know
I
how
think
you'd
he's.
like
I think
this
he's a.
Thanks,
beautiful
David.
photo personalized.
Kind of tweenerish at this point?
What?
No, because he had already done the thing with Elizabeth and Macho with the Cobra. So he was still a heel.
Oh,
But he
yeah.
was kind of
John Cena
tweenerish.
Sr. had to leave.
People kind of like.
There's always an element of heel in Jake, no
yes,
matter
it
what.
I can't believe how much this wrestling you guys know. I am so.
Oh, I should
There
have
are
told
two
him that I
things. You're
liked,
out east, and then
the Suicide Squad.
you quit doing it. You don't watch it.
Cena
You
Senior.
you don't have. Wow, you guys know more shit than I
The
can
big
ever.
thing they were talking about the other day was Peacemaker.
I think.
Yeah,
I have
people
to
are
say we're
raving about that's a spin-off of
pretty.
that
I don't say
movie.
exceptional because that sounds like we're.
I
doing
would say
more.
exceptional. Without I
It's
to
actually-
put it,
But,
I
you
like
know,
like
Dan
we're
and Charlie are
It's
students
like the
of the
second
game.
Suicide
and
Absolutely.
I am
It's
too,
actually
I
you
know,
and,
I
really
know.
good
We
compared
enjoy
to
it
the
so
first
much.
one,
That's
which
what
I
I'm
did not
saying.
like very
I'm
much.
so glad you enjoy it.
I started buying the
Makes
magazines
me feel good.
a long time ago when I
Ain't
was a
that
little
great?
kid and
Ain't
just
that
All
great?
right, where's
study them
David?
all.
Any stuff you do
How
when
would
you're a
you
little
like your-
kid.
Do you want your
I
photo
grew up
personalized?
watching like the
Oh!
Vikings pro football, so
I
that
watched
was
New
where
England
I
and
that was
Boston
my
Red Sox.
call
Recognize
to watch
everybody's
that.
John
But
Cena.
course.
Well, I
so
had
this
to
was just your
Photoshop him.
call.
So-
And the point is you enjoy it.
Absolutely. And the point is, your
I
era,
think in, like, this
and,
exact
and, you know,
outfit,
those
too.
eras were no doubt the best eras.
When you and especially when you guys were all
Plus the
young
board.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, gave it away.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
the 2x4 gave it
thank
away.
you.
And Jake the Snake was in the ring, and he was the one that fucked us.
Good picture, huh?
Isn't it funny? Michael, I think Keith Lee to AEW is a great thing.
Who is it?
You know, you can't trust someone who has the snake literally in their name, you know?
Yeah, he lives up to his moniker,
you in
that's
there?
for sure.
No, you're not in there. No.
No,
That's
it's
good.
Brett.
Or if it was Jake the Flake.
It's Seinfeld. It's the Seinfeld meme.
Applause.
Yeah, Jake the
Seinfeld,
Flake would
in
work
there.
too.
Oh, I see.
Pretty cool.
David, let us know, my friend, if you want your photo personalized, if you want it just like this, if you want an inscription. We are here to please. And we've got these other ones that we've sold. If Derek and Jeffrey, if you're in the room, let us know if how you want yours personalized. Big got a kick out of Jake the Flake.
Jake the Flake. Jake's gonna take.
I agree with you, Luce. It's unfortunate that he left in '92, lying, claiming that he was going to get $3.5 million a year from WCW.
Maybe $1 million. I could see that.
Are you shit?
Who?
Maybe $1 million.
Jake.
Jake Roberts?
When he left in '92 and held WWF up, he
Yeah.
said he claimed he was going to get $3.5 million a year from WCW in '92.
What could you see Jake getting from WCW 92?
Who owned it?
Fox.
Who owned it in
Turner.
92?
Oh,
Turner?
no, you're right, because Bill Watts,
Why-
yeah.
I don't think it's
Dan, I
that
know this one too, it's
unbelievable. Jake the
IRS,
Snake
right?
Roberts was
Yeah.
a big name.
Okay.
No, Dan.
Only if
I don't
he,
even think Hogan was making $3.5 million a year.
only if he had a key to
it's
Ted
Jake,
Turner's
but
safe.
let's-
No, Hogan
if-
might have been. Hogan probably made more money, took home more money than any other guy. If you
So
really
that's-
think
that's-
about it.
Hogan's best year in WWF was only $5 million. He made far more in WCW.
Wow, he made
than
so much.
ever
He
did.
made movies.
This is
That
early
ain't counting
90s,
royalties.
too.
My
Yeah.
God, he
So
made
this is like early
25
90s
million
too.
probably
$1 million
in
is
one
still
year.
like a lot.
There's no way Jake was going to get $3.5 million a year. No way.
No, but Jake
another
Roberts
lie.
was a big name.
I mean, it's
I know
debatable.
you're pissed at him right now, but
It's-
Jake Roberts is a big name. You
Huge
can't
name,
deny
yeah.
that.
You know, I will
And
not
back
deny
then, it was a big name. You can't deny that.
I will not deny it.
So yeah,
I think Dan too. You know, I would say this: even if Jake Roberts was in his prime today, would he be a $3 million guy today?
Jake's.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know you were going to say that. I thought you might say 1.5 to 2, maybe.
promos, and it ain't because
Compared
of
to
his
the garbage of
athleticism.
WWE that's
Yeah.
getting that kind of money now, yes.
I mean, is anyone over $1 million in AEW land?
Oh, yeah.
Like 6 of them, all right? 4 or 5. Punk is over $1 million.
With Punk and Jericho, Ambrose.
Cody wasn't $1 million.
Kenny Omega.
I don't even know about Omega.
Yeah, I'm going to see Omega and the Young Bucks with the between that and their duties as
Right.
EVPs. So there's 6.
Cody, well, Cody was
Did we say Brian?
no, but Cody just left supposedly.
I don't know.
I'm sure Cody was a 7-figure guy.
A lot of guys
hold
that
on one
left
second.
like Jake, he was nervous about actually losing his job. not losing it, but Jake was always really paranoid about his body. Like the promoter was gonna say,
Snuka.
"Hey, Jake, you're
And
great
Boots.
at
Just his
everything,
name,
but your
second
body."
pick.
So it just, he was always kind of paranoid.
Yeah.
I thought,
Can you personalize this one?
Sure.
Team David.
sure.
Then maybe a little huss.
Well, it depends if David wants a little huss. Otherwise, I don't want to write it.
You want a little huss, David?
That reminds me.
If John wants to add anything else, up to him. Okay, so we're looking at a couple husses.
Thanks for making
You
it
know what?
complicated.
I think I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to
No, I
search
do
Snooker's
this
wearing
the,
boots here.
the picture I got last
I think once
time
upon a
when John was
time
here
with
to
Snuka, if
my
he wore
cousin
boots,
Scotty
he was a
personally.
heel, and if he were barefoot, he'd be
Is
a
that the
face.
one in
I watched a
South
promo he
did
did
that.
with. I didn't know him and Terry Gordy were a
buddy.
team in
Georgia.
Georgia
Yep.
in 1981, and they did a promo together. I'm like, whoa, Snuka wasn't a savage character.
David,
He
look
actually
at
spoke.
This for you, sir. This will be coming
He
to
didn't
you
speak
in
in
the
the
mail.
WWF,
Thanks,
didn't he?
David.
And a nice hot.
During his first run, that was his thing. He wouldn't speak for a while. Captain Lou did it all.
Oh, wait a minute. Does John?
So why would he
Does
speak in
John
Georgia? That
remember
was
making
interesting. I
Peanut
thought
That
butter
was before
sandwiches
WWF.
with his sword.
What was his first run?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he tried to
82?
have a party.
Oh,
Yeah,
on that
82.
Mr.
still
Food
we're
know
talking
that.
about?
Yeah.
I thought it was
He
earlier
does
than that.
remember it. Thank you for the
Yeah.
help.
Didn't they should put
Thank
the
you.
belt on him in
Very
82,
good.
83?
Isn't
He
that
was
funny?
over.
I don't remember that. I'm gonna have to look
Bob
that up.
Backlund was
Yeah,
actually
that's
pretty
right.
over too back then, I can tell you.
But
you know?
Snuka was.
People say a lot about Backlund. Backlund had a big supporting cast, but he also
Backlund was here when before everybody else
Oh, yeah.
landed, and
I'm gonna let that
he
slide.
was Vince's. That
Golden
was
boy.
it was doable,
Oh, yeah.
but
I
to
liked
me,
it.
to
I liked
me,
it.
yeah. And Bob
Thank
was
you,
the
David.
state
We
champ,
appreciate it,
Minnesota,
brother.
1968.
You help
You
him
know,
keep these lights
he was
on.
also
You
an
help him bring him
NCAA
in.
champion too, or
I think he was from
Yeah.
North Dakota State.
Yeah.
And
I got to meet.
anyways, so
Very nice guy,
and
Bob
Bob's
Backlund.
a good guy, but so strange, man. I
True.
did. I went around the horn with him.
Backlund?
Backlund. I went around the horn with him. And
You
he's
went to
just like,
Durham at Ira
he's
Bay.
like this.
Yeah.
You know, and he had this goofy
You might
smile.
see him
I'm
on
like,
April
how
16th.
do you push this guy? You know, I don't. There's another thing, like real.
Do you think it's working yet, or working people in that
Oh,
odd
Backlund's
character?
got so much fucking money that, he saved every fucking dollar he ever made,
He lives in Connecticut. I know that still. Just-
Yeah, oh, he's got a lot of money.
Yeah, he's
He
always
does.
lived in Connecticut. Yeah, he's always been down
I wonder
there.
why I never went back to Minnesota. Maybe he just didn't like Connecticut more.
Well, the town he's from, Princeton,
Yeah.
it's a shit town.
Yeah.
How do you really feel about it?
No, it is. There's nothing out there. It's 30, not 60 miles north of
Derek and
Minneapolis. They're
Jeffrey,
not there. It
let us know
sucks.
how you want it personalized
Fucking
if you're in the
depressing.
Is
room.
Minnesota a state where if it's not near Minneapolis, it's kind of meh? Like,
It's a flyover state. for the
Yeah.
most part.
it's
I
a
love Minnesota.
Like
It's
a
a-
lot of small
I didn't hear what
towns
John C.
across
said.
the whole country.
What did you
Oh,
say?
he
It's
said
a what
he
state?
said men,
It's,
not
it's
men.
called
Oh,
like a
I thought you
flyover
said-
I know you-
state.
I know
where
you-
there's,
I
was thinking
there's
meth
no,
labs.
like they don't have a Worcester.
They have a Rochester, Minnesota. I know that.
Mayo
No,
Clinic
I
is the
mean in
biggest
the
hospital
terms
in the
of like
world.
there's no,
You got to see
there's
it.
not
to
many
believe.
other big towns.
Like, it's just the Minnesota, it's the Minneapolis area,
Like-
and that's it.
Like Worcester
Yep.
is a big town in Massachusetts that isn't Boston.
Yeah.
Springfield.
Correct.
In the Midwest, they don't have that.
So
There's
you-
usually
yeah.
more like one big state.
So it's basically the Minnesota
big
metro
city.
area,
Yeah.
and then that's
Yeah.
it. It's just
You
a
got
bunch of
the
small
Twin
towns.
Cities, you got Rochester, you've got, is that it?
Duluth?
Rochester ain't really a
Duluth,
big town.
Minnesota,
It just
maybe?
has the biggest
Duluth?
hospital in the world.
It has the biggest hospital in the world.
But it's not a
Yeah.
big town.
That's odd.
But basically, St.
Well,
Paul,
the Mayo
Minneapolis is
Clinic
the area.
started there. Everybody's heard of the Mayo
So if someone,
Clinic.
put it this way, John, if someone's going to tell you I'm moving to
Of course.
Minnesota, chances are they're most likely, unless they're going to retire, move to the
They're
Minneapolis
doing one
area.
of the suburbs around Minneapolis.
Okay.
Not
Or
even
they're
the
moving to
city,
the-
but
The
one of the
macho
suburbs.
man, Randy Savage,
Yeah.
coming in a house of
Absolutely.
fire.
When I was a little kid, I wrote to
Sprinting
Jumpin'
into the
Jim Brunzell
Yeah, yeah.
because they put his address,
That's awesome.
his gym in White Bear
White Bear
Lake.
Lake.
I said, I'm 5'2",
So is that the
110
Undertaker?
pounds, and I want to
Yes.
wrestle. And then I grew up
Yeah,
fucking
that
double
is
my
Paul-
weight, and
Paul
I never heard
Bearer,
back
the
from
one-
him.
I know, but I didn't know if he ever
Brun's a
worked
good
with
guy,
anyone else.
though.
Yeah, he
Brun's
strikes
is
me
very
as
young.
that.
Oh,
He's-
he's a
he's
He's about
freaking altar
14,
boy.
15
Yeah, he seems
months.
like a good
Still.
dude.
Career.
I thought you were gonna
He's
say.
I
like,
like
Jimmy's
that.
like, shucks, we had a good
Yes,
time
well,
last
And
night.
then I thought you were gonna say.
Let me ask you this.
But I love Brun.
Do
I
you
like
Fucking
prefer
awesome.
Jim Brunzell with Greg Gagne or Jim Brunzell with
Real babyface.
Brian
Blair
Blair.
Yeah,
as
right.
the Killer Bees?
No, great guy. Those guys
The high
killed
flyers.
it.
Yeah.
Is it true,
They
John,
crushed it.
in Minnesota that there was a rumor online that Amy Klobuchar had some impure thoughts about you?
I have
Who said that?
It was on, I think it was on TMZ.
I have a picture of her
No.
with my
Are
son.
you talking about me?
Yeah,
Amy
No.
Klobuchar?
Yeah.
the woman that
Oh,
ran
that's an
for
interesting
president.
picture to
the
have.
senator.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
other pictures of Amy Klobuchar do you
Would
have?
you let her serve?
Because I go up to New Hampshire every 4
No
years for
way
the
in a
presidential
million
stuff. I
years.
brought
And
my
she's
son up in the
married,
past,
and
too.
she's married,
Took
and
pictures of
she's
Hillary.
married?
Jewish,
How old is your son
and
now?
And she's Jewish?
And she's
Jeez, what a big
homeless.
guy.
Bernie.
Her dad was.
I know Bernie.
Her dad
What's that?
was. She's
I know
homeless.
Bernie.
Oh,
See,
homeless.
I said her dad's was one of the
Not Bernie,
greatest
I mean,
sports writers ever.
Let's say hello.
Really?
Jim
What did-
Klobuchar.
Met him a few
Oh,
times.
legend.
Where did he write?
Minneapolis.
Like for the newspaper? Or?
But he got national, you know. Back in them years, he got national, and then it was the power of the internet wasn't there.
Ah,
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, you found it?
hey, they're my son Jack and
Yeah.
Amy Klobuchar from a few years ago.
Sweet,
Speaking of the
sweet.
devil, we were up in New Hampshire when they were doing the primary thing. We met
Ah.
all the politicians.
Wow.
I see Little DeCesare.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, he had a weird haircut there.
I like
but-
that.
Was
That
it
was-
stranger than John Cena?
I was with.
Yeah, you know,
I was
almost.
within like 10 miles.
look at
of
this
Bernie
little- look at this
Sanders,
little
like, all
tyke.
We met
weekend,
John
so-
Sununu and
This
Chris
week?
Sununu.
Weekend?
Yeah, his
Yeah,
office
that's it.
is
That's
in
the
Burlington, like
Was
right
it
there.
Klobuchar.
I didn't see him.
That's before I made my
It's
right
right on
turn.
Church Street, though.
There's a
Was it
picture
ice cold
of
up
a
there?
certain young lady
Yes. The first day
I sure
it was like 40.
kids with.
Wow.
There's
Don't
another
worry
one.
about
There's
it.
Jack,
And
my
that
boy.
night, it started.
God, good-looking kid.
The little treasury.
Little treasury.
Little good-looking kid.
That night
Yeah.
it started snowing.
Sure.
It snowed in
He's a good
That's
old
what
boy.
it's all
the
about.
next
God,
morning.
just love
I
that.
don't know
Yeah.
how he can live on a
God,
mountain.
I just
think
got
about
some.
that.
Yeah, I'll show you in a
Four
second.
walls.
I gotta.
Dutch boy,
Yeah.
They're in Florida right now.
and then it stopped snowing for that day. Then it started snowing
daughter's a
around
gymnast.
midnight.
She's a very
that
good.
night
She's a very good
again.
gymnast,
Where did you
actually.
stay?
And
Oh,
Friends
yeah.
of
she,
Bob?
I believe it.
she
First
normally
night
comes
I
in
stayed
first.
at a
She came in
hotel
second
a little
overall down in
while out
Florida.
of Burlington.
Why?
God bless her heart.
It was cheaper.
get her-
It
get her
was
on
like-
the
Wait a
phone.
minute.
Hey!
Who's that
Oh,
guy?
there he is
Looks
with
like
the, with the
one.
rabbit boots.
She looks like one.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I
Amy
did this.
Look at how.
Look
Look
I
at
don't
that.
remember this
Look
one.
at that.
Fuji's trying to catch up with you.
You could be.
Fuji isn't moving so quick.
Much like the real Fuji.
The real Fuji.
Yeah.
Shout
Who's
out.
the real Fuji.
Wow.
Mountain.
Oh. To us, the real Fuji. was
Real
this
Fuji is odd job.
Look at the Berzerker
yeah.
going to town on Hacksaw Jim
From
Duggan.
James
Two
Bond.
individuals we're going to see on Saturday night.
Goldfinger. Odd
Yeah.
job.
April
That's
the
how
16th
Fuji.
at
That's what
Memorial
Fuji
Hall.
copied.
At the
And that
Bowler's
guy
hat.
actually was in pro wrestling, you know.
Yes.
Odd job was.
Yes.
But when I was a kid, Odd Job's hat. Odd Job's hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Odd Job's hat just freaked us out, man,
Sure.
as kids.
Yeah.
You know, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Undertaker choking out Roddy Piper while Jim Duggan goes to work on the Berzerker. Well, Berzerker knows he's got the advantage on Duggan now. Got him in a little bit of a guillotine.
Wait, Savage was
head.
already.
Front head.
Savage.
Sorry. I'm not Jim Ross.
You are so far away on that one.
Now, I know Bruiser Brody
right.
put rabbit hair or rabbit, I think, on his fur on his boots.
Yeah, yep.
Now, did you
Like
do the same?
Angora?
No,
Edgewood?
mine was sheepskin, but you put
Sheepskin.
rabbit. But
Okay.
see, Brody had these black biker boots,
Yeah.
basically with rabbit fur, and
Sure.
I couldn't run in them fucking things. I tried. Frank wanted
yeah.
me to,
They weren't very athletic.
and
those boots.
I was gonna break an ankle if I had them damn things on, you know. So
Smart
Ah.
move, Ben. Smart move.
Awkward looking bump. from
Yeah,
Randy
I mean,
Savage
really,
off.
you gotta-
Oh, this Virgil
Virgil,
on his
yeah.
hot sauce.
Virgil,
I missed that, and he has hot sauce. Huh?
pipe down, please.
Useless.
What, the hot sauce?
No, him.
Remember when
Oh,
you wanted to
Mike?
have Marty call
Oh
him?
my God.
Oh.
Mike,
Useless.
I'll never forget when Tony Atlas.
Beyond useless.
Tony, I
Soul
was
Train,
gave him my
Michael
phone
Jones.
number
But
when he
that-
showed up at our hotel in
What-
New York. Oh,
Virgil did?
Virgil is
Yes.
from Pittsburgh, ain't he? Yeah,
I think
he is.
so, yeah.
Didn't he try to finagle his way to your table, Dan?
Yes, because of Tony.
All right.
Oh,
God, he's a colossal Boras.
he's a pain in the
Virgil.
ass.
Virgil is?
Oh, I'm sorry, SW Freak. What was the, what was it?
Boy, if Jacob and Eli Blue came a little earlier, you guys could have quite the triumvirate.
No, we mentioned that. John did remember making the peanut butter sandwiches with his sword.
That's a lot of peanut butter then.
And
No,
I
they-
imagine the
they-
amount of bread you
Was
need.
it chunky or smooth?
Well, you gotta watch the.
That's a big
deal.
piece of bread,
You gotta
yeah,
watch
Dan.
the deal.
I want to see
It wasn't
it.
that. You just want to.
Was
That's
it,
it.
was it a good sword? Was it well weighted?
It was a metal sword that it was real metal that you use in Hollywood, but it wasn't a sharp-edged sword. You couldn't tell.
When you did the Undertaker gimmick, did they have to give you a special sword?
Nope, it was the sword that.
So
I
if
only
it-
had one sword.
If it was Hollywood and gimmicked, how did you get it to stick in the mat?
Well,
I did it because they asked, "You think you could get it stuck in the ring?" I said, "Fuck yeah, I do."
Most
How
of
many
the,
men are
the
left in
damage
this
that
match?
But
sword
yeah, I
does-
knew I was
does
gonna have to do it
Hogan-
hard, and I knew I was
Hogan
gonna
and
have
Sitter
to
left,
do it
right?
the
with
edge was just
Good
to
question.
him moving
really
way early.
make a dent in armor.
All right, well, see the things we learn about swords here on
And then they
Sunday Night Live.
and
Yeah.
then they invented mail armor.
Mail armor. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
Another one of your enemies. He's not moving so fast either.
Is that the walk you would do when he
But
was
I'll
going to go
tell you
humble
what,
someone?
though, Adnan now,
Yeah.
Adnan, he's a great guy.
Here's,
like that?
yeah.
He's cheap as shit, and on and on and on.
Great amateur
but,
as well.
But he was fun to be around.
Now,
He
Dan, who
was
has a
good
bigger
at it.
newt, Quincy or Sheiky Baby at this time?
I think, you know, it could be Sheiky Baby. He had that post-gas gut. It just kept growing and growing.
yeah.
Then his belly button exploded out of him.
like a
That happened?
pregnant woman.
The HGH got
Or-
there with
Yeah.
the
Wait,
abs
His
on
belly
top
button
of
actually
it.
exploded?
He used to have a normal one, and then it grew out like it was a flower.
So is this
An
is
umbilical
this
cord?
the Sheik or Mustafa?
That's the Sheik as Colonel Mustafa. They
Here-
renamed him.
what I'm
Here's,
saying is-
here's something
That's
very
Mustafa.
fascinating, at least I think. Kaz was, of course, a bodyguard for the Shah of Iran.
And he would humble people.
And Sheikh Adnan was a boyhood friend of Saddam Hussein.
Yep.
Isn't that
Isn't
weird?
that something?
And
Yeah.
they're both
And
in
they
this
came together.
two, yeah.
Those
Amazing.
fucking
There's hope for world
Iraqis
peace,
are,
isn't there now?
Those
Huh?
fucking Iraqis are just some evil motherfuckers in them years, man. Oh. You know?
Very, very volatile region over there.
The Undertaker played Michael
Oh, I don't do well with the Iraqis. I like Adnan though.
Only if Reagan didn't give them those weapons.
Yeah. Well, you know, man, world politics
We
is like
gotta watch the
wrestling.
politics
It's like
now
tag team
because we'll
partners who
end up in
become
an
enemies, who
argument.
become tag
We'll
team
end up in an
partners.
argument for sure.
It's, you know, it's
Let's
annoying.
talk about one of the best movies ever made that everybody, I think, in the whole
Roddy Piper's
country.
They Live?
No,
John Carpenter.
That
The
movie is good.
Groundhog Day.
That
Bill
movie's
Murray?
also good.
God,
Yeah.
how does it get any better than
Right
that,
on.
you
You're a
know?
big Groundhog Day fan?
Well,
that
I am
movie's
because you can watch it every 4 or 5 years and
Loggins.
really laugh your ass off at
Yeah.
it.
Bill Murray and I share the same birthday.
Do you?
Yeah.
Does that mean you're
And
friends?
Stephen King.
No kidding,
Does that mean
man.
you're friends?
Well, no, I'm a
You're the
solstice.
same age?
I'm a solstice baby.
Yeah,
We're
you
supposed
are.
to be a
Yep.
little bit more crazy
Oh.
than
Winter?
the rest.
Summer?
Spring and
Summer
summer
to
to fall. Yeah.
What do you mean?
September 21st.
Wait,
is
is
it?
it?
21st, yeah.
Before solstice.
Because-
March
because-
21st,
That's an
June
equinox.
21st. Well, however you want to describe it.
It's a
Some
special
call it-
day.
Some call it equinox, some call it solstice. Whatever it is, it makes me a special kind of crazy.
I thought spring and fall were equinox and summer and winter were solstice.
That I don't know.
Vernal
I don't know
equinox and, yeah.
Look at fucking Virgil. He's just worthless as tits on a bull. He really is.
I used
Even
to,
in the
we got Rick
fucking
Martel in
ring,
there.
I'm watching him.
Ricky
He don't know how
Martel.
to sell. He don't know how
Banker,
to
whatever
punch.
it's
He
called.
don't know how to do nothing.
Rick Martel was a good friend of your friend Tom Zink. Well,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Rick was known for a little fellatio, wasn't he?
I don't think he ate dessert.
Give it a
He
take.
just loves fucking
Italian.
pinning shit on guys that ain't fellatio.
You're trying to say Rick Martel wasn't a fellator?
Rick was kind of a flake, but he was a fucking businesses owners, and there was a rental property guy, and had a very close wife that I always heard him talking to on the phone at night.
Yes, I know he was married. But I also
I'm just
understand-
saying
I bet
this
you
and this
Hogan's the
don't
next
really
one. I'll
measure
bet money
this,
that
and there's
Hogan's the
no
next
proof
guy.
at all.
Aside
He
from-
was
If anyone
just-
wants to take that
but
bet, I'd
Rick
be
was
willing
a
to take
little
your money.
bit
And look
like
at
that,
Charlie?
but he didn't ever do it.
Well,
This-
what
guys
you
can
got the
be-
Tom Zink, and then there's also the talk that he found out just how hot Rod's rod was.
Who now?
Tom Zink.
Rick Martel?
Yeah.
Wait, he sucked off Hot Rod?
Where are you getting this shit? What the fuck?
We've
Where
got
do
a lot-
you get
you
your
know what's
sources?
We've
terrible?
got a lot of people
No
in this
fucking way.
studio.
Tom
John Cena has
Zink,
no idea what's going on.
Of course,
new
that would override. I
Living
grew
his
up with
dream.
Tom Zink.
Getting
Who
held-
did? I grew
we
up
talking
with
about
Tom Zink.
fellatio?
I can only
But
park.
Rick Martel, I've had long talks with Rick and shit and travel with him.
Well, that
He
doesn't mean he was
fucking
gonna talk
wasn't
about
gonna.
fellatio.
Hey, listen, you fucking know the difference. That it's that kind of shit. Now there's an example of because you weren't a wrestler. That's why you're over there saying that, and that's why I'm here saying this. You don't fucking.
You don't think
there's
there's
nothing
any
on a guy
chance-
that you got no proof for.
Oh, I'll give you that. Well, with at least
Well, a chance.
With
It's either he was caught doing it, we can prove it,
Oh,
or
there's you going out.
I seen it with my own eyes,
Zink and
or
Martel got caught together in bed.
they did not.
That's what
By
Greg Valentine.
Beefcake,
That
Valentine,
they
and
did.
Morocco.
Nope. No.
Cuddling.
Call me
Nope.
Beefcake.
No,
Cuddling.
that's a
not, what's
fucking
wrong
lie.
about two men cuddling with
That's
each
a
other?
lie straight from the pit of hell.
Do you think if Greg swore on Annie's tongue, would you
Oh
believe?
my.
Well, that's up to you.
You'd have to touch it.
Now let me ask you this: if you're a fly on the wall and you're Morocco, Valentine, and Beefcake, and you walk in seeing those two cuddle, what's the conversation like? How's it going, fellas?
It would have been.
There's no. They
it would
never
have been
did
like,
that.
Hey,
That's such a lie.
all right, we're going up.
And I could care less because I don't really
Yeah.
like neither of them that much. But I can tell you this: I knew them both
Who'd you like?
really good.
Who'd you like? Neither.
I think the
Wait.
Well, no, I like Tom actually, but he was a kind of a psycho. But
I think the explanation is
Fuck,
a little
aren't we
more
all?
prosaic.
I think Tom Zink
Yeah.
was probably bisexual, if I had to guess.
no
I-
way.
I think it's just a
Listen,
I think
not
it's all
that the genes
misunderstanding.
weren't there, but did he ever do it?
Did he
no,
take someone
I
else's
grew up
genes
with
off?
Tom Zink since I was 1 year old.
You may not
The
know.
story goes that the door was open
well,
and one
you
jumped
may
from a
not
bed
know.
to another.
You're the one saying it.
I'm
but
saying that he was just showing
I'm
him a
saying
flying
give
body
the-
pass.
Listen, you guys don't start giving the guys the benefit of the doubt because they were not caught firsthand. You're absolutely what fucking the worst justice system you could ever have on this.
You don't
yet.
think three guys?
I'm
were-
gonna say because I just think he was.
You
You,
don't think-
gotta go
you don't think
by
three-
the fucking book, my
You don't
friend.
think three guys walking in on the two of them was
That never fucking happened.
He was
Think
showing
them
him a
three
Boston
fucking
Crab.
clowns got together.
He was demoing a new flying body press.
Yeah,
I mean,
come
you
on
know?
in. We'll call one and tell
Well,
everybody.
they had the gimmick on the
No,
latch. Okay.
no. That's them three getting
So you don't think
together,
Tom Zink
gonna
liked men?
fucking get shit started, and they did. You don't think those three treasonous characters didn't tell a false story?
Well, we should look at all 5 people involved and how many were drunk, do you think?
And those
you know?
three guys all
Out of
doing
them all
it.
who were
But
drunk.
here's the thing: the Zink Martel thing, because everybody was starting to get really jealous at Burns. That started in Burns, you know, and it was just jealousy because they were both good-looking guys that they wanted to make money with.
Kind of like Steve Kern was once.
I
upon a
didn't
time.
understand. I'm like, fuck good-looking guys. This is pro wrestling.
Listen, I like Steve Kern. I like the Fabulous Ones.
I do too.
Kern's a good dude.
Absolutely.
He never, but I'll tell you what, he does have a sarcastic side to him that he thinks he knows most everything.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Steve. He does. But I love his dad's story.
His dad was a prisoner
my
of war.
God.
That
A
was-
legitimate.
He was
Twice.
the last
Yeah.
guy
And he's
ever
gone
to
now.
be prisoner of both wars.
Yeah.
And I read a book on it, and they
No
called
kidding.
him Pop Kern.
No kidding. Wow.
Pop, P-O-P.
Like corn pop?
In the prisoner of war camp,
I-
because he was older than everybody, you know.
Yeah.
I seen his eyes
Piper and
in
Hogan.
Orlando.
Pop
and
Kern?
man, yep. Steve brought him in, introduced him to me, and
That's awesome.
he was just like, he had his eyes. I'll never forget it. And I said, look in his eyes, man. Everybody, he says, yeah, I see what you mean. Blue, from bluest to blue, and they look like they had been through. Like he's seen
Twice
things.
over.
He's
Twice
seen
over.
things and did things
Yeah.
we never did.
No.
And it was that kind of pain in him.
Of course.
You know?
Haunted eyes.
Oh, exactly.
Well, fans, we hope you're enjoying this. as
Bartel
much.
had a brother die in the ring.
Yeah, in Puerto Rico. Yeah.
The 8x10s
Michelle
are still
Martel.
available,
Mike
folks. Put the
Martel.
link up again.
Yeah, what?
Help us keep the lights on, get a great collectible.
Poor IRS sweating buckets, I'm sure, in that outfit.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, you have
Yeah.
the most hot lights.
Talk about uncomfortable. Suspenders.
Definitely has the worst ring gear of the bunch.
Suspenders,
Yeah,
tie, and a
right.
belt to boot.
More of a fan of Savage and Martel.
I
at this
would have
point.
hated that fucking gimmick.
That's
Worse than the I hate in mine. You know?
Sure.
That
Who's
gimmick I
next?
would have hated.
Maybe
How much
Sid?
did you want to scrap the tunic?
I wanted to scrap
Look how
all of
over
it,
this guy
but what
was.
are you gonna fucking do?
Sid was
I
over
wanted
like
to
Rover.
hit the reset, go home, get on the gas, train for 6 months, and come back, you know, a monster. But
Sid always had a very awkward working style, didn't he? Look
Yeah.
at the way he works. It's very.
Well, look at it. He had some good snappy kicks there, I have to say. And he was just at his peak,
Oh, he was a unit here.
you know?
Young, good-looking, tan,
6'8" or
big.
whatever he
Yeah,
was,
yep.
6'7".
Yep.
Amazing.
I think he was early 30s here, maybe.
No, I don't even think he was that old. He's
probably
only
20.
31, 32.
He was in the young men's softball league at that
Yes,
point.
yes, just like John C.
I don't play softball.
How do you know?
How do I know that I don't play softball?
Yeah.
You may. You may sometime.
Maybe I have lapses in my memory. I don't know.
How did IRS wrestle with that outfit, Tom? Uncomfortably, I'm gonna guess, but I'm sure he got used to it.
I'll tell you, he could do those suspenders staying on. I always marvel at that, but boy, I mean, what an ad for those suspenders.
Dementia does run in the family.
Which family now? The C's, or the Manicuses, or the Rylands?
The Manichae.
All three.
All
The
three.
Manichaeans.
You know who's the toughest guy in that
Lots
ring
of
right now,
Americans.
don't you?
What's
Who?
that?
IRS. Mike Rotendo can kill every guy
Really?
in that
I've heard
ring.
that.
He wrestled for Syracuse.
Well, you just said the Sheik wasn't all that bad of a badass because of his amateur background. What
Well,
makes Rotendo
I
different?
made
Kip
what
Butt's my
makes it
Sid.
different because it's
Wow.
a totally different
Never saw
style
Flair do Kip Butt.
from overseas. Collegiate wrestling, Cogwell might not even placed in nationals in
I always
America.
enjoyed how
It's a
Sid
totally
always thought
different-
he was better than
Fucking
Flair.
how many
I think
people
that's
are in
great.
Iraq? How many
I love that.
wrestlers are in
And
Iraq?
in a way, he
now?
was
How many
right.
people are in the U.S.? How many wrestling schools are in?
That's a good point. It's a good point.
The numbers are staggering.
Oh, Harvey
Another
Whippleman.
friend of the show,
Great
the
manager.
Warlord.
The
Good
Warlord.
man.
Yeah.
Harvey Whippleman would be a cool guest, wouldn't he?
I think, didn't he just become
Terry
the
was
mayor of some city?
fucking
In a town in
on
Mississippi.
more gas. Who, Terry?
No. Harvey Whippleman's a mayor in the town of Mississippi, like in northwest Mississippi, right near
who?
Memphis. Harvey Whippleman.
He's the
Oh,
mayor.
yeah, that's right.
I forget the town's name, but it's right near Memphis.
Well, there's such a
I think it's
parallel
like
again
Greenwood,
between
ain't it?
politics and pro
Greenwood,
wrestling. It's
Mississippi.
amazing.
Did you ever hear how he was able to get some of his stuff from overseas into the United States?
Who?
Warlord. He would put it, when they do the overseas tour, he'd put it in shampoo bottles.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do remember
And they
that.
wouldn't bother to check it.
Yeah.
It's ironic because he had a shaved head.
That's when you
Yeah,
could
right?
do that.
I didn't even think of that.
My God, I don't know how he did. That's a ballsy move.
Why would you go with mouthwash in that?
Well, and there you
I
could
don't
buy
know what color it
you could
is.
buy canisters of shaving cream
Well,
on
if it's,
screw and
if it's just in your checked baggage,
Yeah.
they
yeah,
can't
that's
see what
true.
color it
he
is
was
on the
so
X-ray.
addicted to steroids. I had never known anybody by far the most addicted steroid guy every
Warlord?
day,
Call it an
all
addiction?
day. Terry. He'd eat a whole thing of bananas every day, was go get my shots every day. I'm actually really shocked he's still alive.
He's
and I
healthy.
love Terry.
Yeah.
He's in
I
great
love
shape.
Terry. He's in Minnesota.
He's
guy.
got a great attitude, seemingly
He's a super
demeanor,
nice guy.
nice
He was
demeanor.
married to his girl, and her dad was a friend of my dad's, and Annie was a good-looking girl. Terry fucked that up. You're like, what? You're gonna go on the road and screwing ugly ring rats? Terry can hang with this shit and leave Annie? You know, just treat her like shit. Like, and you care more about your workout than your fucking wife? I could never fucking understand.
Yeah.
I just be a good-looking blonde at home.
So they're no longer together then, I suspect.
No,
He's
not
married-
even close.
He's married to someone. I don't know who.
How many
Not
wrestlers
Ann.
out there do you
Down
think
to
are
final
missing
six.
one or two?
What? Missing what? Oh,
Nuts?
One or two, yeah.
a nut? What, from steroids?
Yeah.
Or why the nut deal?
Why would they miss him?
Well, steroids really don't cause
They don't make you
testicles.
They'll
Yeah.
fall
I
off.
thought they can cause cancer.
No, you
later on.
shrink up.
Isn't that what?
That,
isn't that-
listen, there's been
Oh, there's Rick and Roddy.
Listen, there's been so many rumors of what steroids did. They were using them in World War II
could you imagine doing
and
that
didn't
conversation?
know what
Well,
they
you know,
did.
fella, if you got
Adolf
something I can
Hitler-
use.
Oh, Adolf Hitler
jeez.
was, I
So
mean,
down to
they were
final
giving
four.
it to the concentration
And
camp
these were the big
victims
four of the
Yeah.
time,
after
too, you
World
know?
War II.
Really?
And he was the one missing one.
Well, no, Adolf wasn't, but
No, he missed
but-
He
one.
was missing a ball?
Yeah,
he
he
was.
did. Yeah, he was. Yeah, you're right.
Who
Who
missed
is
the ball?
this?
Hitler.
Hitler. But
Here
here's
comes
the
Adolf
thing.
with his pecker in his hand. He's a one-ball man, and he's off to the rodeo.
That
Remember
wasn't a rumor. He was
Yeah,
really
that
missing a
song,
ball.
right? No.
What year did he lose his ball?
No, I don't remember that.
I don't know what
Franklin
year.
D. Churchill only had one ball.
Pete?
Really?
Yep.
Did you know Mike Rotunda once jumped a barbed wire fence in Florida and ripped his ball sack, according to lore? I
Didn't
guess
that
I
happen
read
to
that.
Rude
Somebody
too? Some
told
of his
that
balls?
There was a Barry Windham, maybe Barry Windham, Mike Rotunda. I forget, but I heard that
Oh.
Rotunda went over. That's at least the story.
Mike
Speaking of,
Rotunda ripped his balls?
speaking of testing
Everybody,
testicles,
look how-
I think
look
so
how
over
gassed
barbed wire.
everybody
But didn't that happen to
Sack?
Rude?
Look
That's
how
something
fucking
like that.
gassed
It's really
everybody.
painful.
I wonder if the
Well,
viewers
there's-
at home are
there is
cringing, the male
rumor of
viewers right now.
Rude's member, and he had to get that removed. I don't know.
An
that-
amputation or something?
Yeah, that was
Right,
one
there
rumor.
goes
What are you talking
Sid.
about? Rick Rude?
Yeah, I
What are
heard.
you saying?
Ladies and
So there's
gentlemen,
a couple
we have
rumors.
Rude.
A, he had his balls ripped over going over a fence, and B, right before he died, he had injected his penis with something.
He did.
Really?
100%.
Pure Viagra, I heard.
He injected it with cocaine.
Oh, it was cocaine.
When he
was
died,
put
when
in
he,
his
but,
penis.
when he was
Why his
Injected it?
penis?
That seems so
Because
self-destructive.
because it made his penis. What I got was
This is pre-Viagra, I believe, right?
No, I think they act. You could get something from your doctor, and of course,
Yeah.
he was really good at getting maybe Viagra back when Viagra wasn't around,
Yeah.
shit like that
What was
from
it-
his
what was it
doctor.
around in 1999?
Like
Viagra wasn't around?
testosterone got you hard on,
Really? Is
so
that
you just had to get
new?
testosterone.
I feel like
Well,
Viagra's been around
Rick, I
since the
know,
90s,
was
hasn't it?
injecting it because he fucking was having
I think late
wild
90s.
sex. He
Well,
said.
he died- he died
And
in
Bob
I
Joel
said,
used to do
"What?"
ads for it in the late 90s.
So it was
Well,
actually
I had heard
cocaine
that
he was
he,
injecting, huh?
Yep,
Interesting.
yep.
I
That's
heard
a-
it
that's a
was
fact.
Viagra.
Yeah.
No, it was
and then,
cocaine.
and then the rumor was he was gonna have to lose it, and then he decided to take mixed medications to overdose. That was the rumor.
No,
Did you know that
he wasn't gonna lose it. He was
Viagra-
fucking so hooked to everything,
Oh.
he overdosed.
What were you gonna say, John C?
Viagra was originally invented as a heart
For
medication.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's also banned for, obviously Olympic events and the like because it actually helps with breathing, with pulmonary function, with
Does
your
it?
breathing.
Yes.
So
It
you,
is.
I
so like
didn't
for
know that.
running and stuff,
I
you
didn't
can
know
take
that.
it.
Really?
Yeah,
God.
many purposes.
Is that Terry Garvin in the tan suit on the
Let me
left?
put on my spectacles, Dan. I would recognize him.
Yeah, Patterson. We got
Or
we got
to the
Rene
far
That's
Goulet.
Rene Goulet.
To the far right,
That might be.
I like how we got
one of the leaders of the cream team.
a spectacle sandwich
He had a
here.
school of self-defense, too, I understand.
Wait, Terry
Brandon
Garvin with the blonde
Spotter's
hair?
in there. Look at it. Patterson. The only one missing is Mel Phillips.
Wait, is that Garvin with the blonde hair? I thought that was Rene
The guy-
Goulet.
No, that's Rene Goulet, the kind of balding guy in the tan.
Look at
That guy
Joey.
right there. Is that him? Next to
Look at
Goulet?
Joey.
Yeah, I think it is.
That's Terry
I
Garvin?
think it might be.
And this is right
I
before the
remember when he
scandal
looked-
hit, right?
I remember what he looked like before this.
Just a
when
couple
he
of
was
months
younger.
after this.
He resembles him, for
Yeah.
sure. Patterson with the white sneakers and the suit. So I went to get my haircut a week or so ago, and talking to the owner of the salon, the hairstylist, and whom I've known forever, and talk about different things. I talked a little bit about Boston wrestling.
I think you were going to say you talked about the cream
And she says, "Do you remember Pat Patterson?" I said, "Yes."
Well, you know, I have my own cream team in the basement. Ah!
Well, John said something's going on there, so who knows?
Okay, I know him. That's
What's
Mean
that?
Gene.
That's Mean Gene.
Okay.
That's BG, baby.
Oh, what is his last name now? I can't think of it.
Okerlund.
No, I know Gene Mean, as Chris Jericho would say, or the Sheik would say. No, this guy.
The one on the left there?
My hairstylist's husband is the nephew of Louis.
Really?
Yeah, longtime Pat Patterson.
Wow.
Patterson used to come up to Leominster all the time, and we've seen him. And one of my old friends, who's an old guy from the gym, used to always see Pat up there. Pat and Andre used to go to this diner, Andre the Giant.
In Leominster?
But in Leominster, yeah.
Really?
So wait, the owner of the hairstylist.
Her husband is the nephew of Louis.
What was Louis like?
Louis
Do
was
you know?
Pat Patterson's husband, basically.
And
Why can't I
good,
think of his
close
name? But
personal
yeah.
friend of Vince McMahon.
Yeah. So I was just like in awe, and we just started trading stories. But I'm like,
Oh, wow,
Jesus,
isn't
she
that
was in the family, my hairstylist. Yeah.
What was
Small
Louis
world.
like?
Yeah. He was a great hairstylist himself, from what I understand.
Oh, yeah.
She said that he had a perfect voice for mimicry and could mimic the sounds of crickets outside. Louis could, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, so I thought really,
I had dinner
really
over there
cool.
one night with Henning, and and they weren't running around grabbing each other in the ass, but I'm going like,
They were playing
which
grab
one's
ass?
I says, which one's the bitch? They didn't like that. They
You
started going like
asked them?
this, Henning. Can
You
get-"
asked them which one?
Yeah, I didn't
You
fucking.
said to Louie and Pat, which one of you is the bitch?
Yeah, I started getting drunk.
Oh, all right. Well, that explains.
But that gives me a pass. But I didn't mean it
about 10, you were a little
maliciously.
No.
I was laughing when I
Well-
said it, so they knew I was just being kind of out of control. But they didn't hold it against me. But that fucking Henny and I says, "When are you getting me over here? Let's get the fuck out of here."
How did you wind up going for dinner there? Out of curiosity.
Kurt wanted to go,
Oh,
and
did he?
I was riding shotgun
What,
with
you want
him.
a free haircut or something for
Wait,
Louie?
I think
Probably a good cook too.
I don't know. Yeah, they were cooking spaghetti.
They were cooking spaghetti.
Yeah.
Oh.
On top of spaghetti.
You know what I think is funny?
Was it like Lady in the
is
Tramp?
Phil, I just have to say, John C. doesn't know anything really about wrestling for the most part. And then Phil was a diehard fan since he was a small tyke. And he comes there to reminisce about his memories. And then here's Dan and I talking about fellatio's.
Italian
And-
dessert. I don't know.
And it's just like,
They're
Me, who
obsessed with
knows
Italian
nothing.
dessert.
knows nothing. And then Phil wants to talk about his great memories as a kid. Be like, in 1980, I saw King Kong Moscow. And we're like, you know, I heard King Kong liked some fellatio.
I've never heard that about him.
Hey, there's Lanny. What can we say about
Lanny is a man that
Yeah, I know.
he taught himself.
Is he the one with the graduation cap?
Yes, he
Yeah.
was the one that services
The
himself.
genius.
How would you feel if you were a
John
kid,
Tenta.
Phil, and you heard that the genius liked to fillet himself?
What's that now?
How, imagine being a kid. Imagine being 8-year-old Marathi, 9-year-old Marathi, and someone said, you know, he likes to do
That was
things
before
for
the internet, so I'd have to run to the dictionary or the encyclopedia to
Well,
look
I
it
know
up.
John found it strange that he would do that. Didn't you, John?
I think
What?
most folks.
That Lanny would do his special skill.
I've known that for fucking decades,
Yeah,
but
but
I
I
don't
mean-
like talking about it because it's so fucking
Grosses you
gross.
out.
You must like it.
But it's a feat of
Why?
athleticism.
I've been talking about it all fucking day.
John, if I could do it,
You
I'd never
know.
leave my house.
God, don't do that.
Why Lanny doesn't take up yoga and teaching yoga? I mean, you
Stretching,
know,
yeah.
it'd
When
be
we
a-
had Barry here, I asked him about it, and he
marketing
didn't
play.
understand the term
It's
fellatio.
not
It's
the
like
point.
he's
The
like
point
one of
is you're
those guys galaxy
perverted to the
These are good
max. It's
Minnesota.
evil shit,
It's
you guys.
evil.
You don't think that's evil? You
I
don't,
think it's
then-
bizarre.
Well,
I don't know.
How
Porn
is
is
it evil
bad
to
for
suck
your
your
brain.
own
That is
penis?
nothing less than evil, my friend.
That's evil to suck your own
If
penis?
that's just bizarre, you live in a bizarre fucking existence.
I'd say like
Because it's way beyond bizarre.
I'd say
way. You're underestimating the
I'd say, like,
fucking.
murder is evil.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know if a fellatio is.
It's all about
Well, according to the
Only if you
according
marry
to the
yourself.
good book, if you this commandment is no different than this commandment, and that commandment falls right in there. You don't do that.
So it
it's just as bad. To me, it's fucking so disgustingly
one of the-
fucking weird.
But John,
I think it is evil.
But John,
that
what
one
was
of
so
the
someone
commandments?
servicing you? Is that evil?
I'm saying what the
Thou
good book
shalt
says.
not-
Well, the good book
I'm not
says.
saying what I say.
But what about the good book saying about
Don't
getting
drive
some-
this man out. We want him back
Yeah.
in April.
What was about the good? What does the good
And
book say about
tomorrow.
you receiving fellatio from someone?
Is it my wife?
Well, maybe it's not your wife. Maybe it was a
Oh,
woman
it's
that.
not my wife, then it's wrong.
Okay.
Someone donated,
I
John.
admire
They
your-
wanted to know. They said they were going to donate. What did
Principles.
it say?
$1 for
We're
every.
going to donate for $1 for every time
Yeah,
Rick
it's a-
Martel
yeah,
may
it's a-
or may not.
They donated $10.
Wow. Go for it.
And look at what Boone said to me.
Let's
Well, you'll have
go.
to donate hundreds of dollars.
I wonder if my friend Elwin is watching at home. What does Elwin think?
So
Elwin
fun
texts
fact.
me.
Fun fact
Elwin is
about
the
Rick,
owner of
I
a
have
gym in
I have a
Pittsburgh. Good
slight.
friend of mine.
I wouldn't.
He's
I
tuning
guess
in
I
for the
could.
first time
I
tonight.
wouldn't say I have a
Hello.
slight link to Rick Martel.
I tell you, if Vince
Tony
McMahon
Roy.
would have pushed the Beverly
Do you remember a guy
Brothers,
named
they
Tony
would
Roy?
have
I remember
went
the name
over
Tony
big
Roy.
time.
So Dan knows Tony
That's a hell
Roy.
of a gimmick. Look at that.
They were a great tag team.
Tony Roy,
Whoa.
the guy who trained me when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Him and Rick Martel were pretty tight. I don't know if he got fellatio from Rick Martel.
Well, you know what his gimmick was.
The mashed potatoes out of the asshole.
That's a good
sorry.
way to describe it. All right, wrestling fan. What?
You're not
We've
gonna
rolled in the Rumble 93 with the
Yeah.
Steiners.
mash potatoes
It's,
out the
well,
ass.
well,
About
I remember him
8:55,
saying.
John. 5 of
What
9.
was
Do you have to call us?
what was his gimmick? Tony Roy's
15
gimmick, if you can
hours.
Hey,
remember.
God love you.
All right, wrestling fans,
Yes,
we're
I
getting
can't.
ready to wrap it
I
up.
can't
John
do this.
C.
I can't do
Riley.
this 3 days. I'll tell you. I'm being honest.
Dan, what was Tony Roy's gimmick, if you can remember what it was? Because he would say
He
some
was a
off-culture.
Frenchman.
Well, he liked. I remember him saying, "Brother, the ass looks so good. I need the mashed potatoes out of it."
What, Tony Roman?
Not Tony Roy. He
A
was
local guy.
He was a
Oh.
local guy. He did a couple
No.
enhancements for WWF.
Yeah.
All right, John C., give us the big
God, are they
Thank you for
gas?
Super
joining
sweet guy.
us.
They are fucking gas.
Who, the Steiners, the
Oh, my
Beverleys,
God.
or both?
Well, the Bevs are semi-gas, but everybody in that fucking ring has been just gassed. They're so fucking big. You can't get big like
I think Rick
that.
Steiner is actually stronger than Scott. It's just, you know, I think Rick is actually.
Rick,
Yeah, Kwanzaa is the
I don't know.
I think
I
Scotty
never
was natural
tussled
here.
with Scott, but I did tussle with Rick for real.
Or did you? Yeah.
All right,
trained
John
with
C.
him,
with
right?
the big clap.
Yeah.
I
Robbie.
did. And
Ladies and
I gotta
gentlemen,
say,
thank
I
you
mean,
very much for
you
joining
take
in.
me down, I take
Thank you,
him
thank
down.
you.
Until next
Thank you.
time.
We'll see you
Look at that, you
tomorrow.
guys signing off?
Sign
Stay away from fucking crazy people and pussies that can't fucking do the right thing.
Right on.
Self-fillet.